go down. Holy. That was so close to death. But meanwhile, it looks like Zateo is going to get eliminated from this matchup. Bunker is in the orange. It's now in the red. Zateo is calling dead. And GG for top left Zateo. Yeah, I think so. I think what they're counting on is if they can eliminate top left, it's automatically going to force a 4v2 against bottom left. I think that's their plan. Look at how close that bunker was to death, getting pushed back. Otacon and Kurto going for the tank snipe.
Oh,
they're going to get the tank.
Huge. It's game changing right there.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Oh, but Cyrus is maybe going to be able to get that bunker up because everyone's pushing towards middle right now.
Great cut there from Otacon and Cyrus. A little bit overextension though, it looks like. Oh my gosh! Like if they get the SCV snipe.
To get the SCV?
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Oh,
poor
boy.
Cyrus. Looks like both bunks will get canceled.
Over trigger with that Reaper composition he has.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, so it looks like it's pretty much all on trigger. I mean, RC is trying to just rebuild, so he's trying to do what he can.
Yeah, but
if he gets this, he's going to be able to definitely win this game, I believe.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Wow! Trigger saves
1,500 points on that bunker left.
Yeah, what are the upgrades?
Upgrades whatsoever. It just melts. They're gonna keep rolling.
They might even get a second one right now.
He dumps 3/3 armor, but it's already
Oh,
50% down in health.
There he goes.
Oh my gosh!
So close, so close.
It goes
does
down.
Go down. Wow.
But at what cost though? Look at them. Look at them.
Yeah, they're okay. Well, top left just saved them from utter destruction. All this sniping
going for the bunk, and he got it. I actually would not have done that in game. So good shit, dude. Good play.
And I'm surprised we saw this last game too. Actually, from Oblivion, he got punished with this early supply. That seems to be the thing going on right now. But look, this supply depot is just gonna fall. He ignores the supply. He goes right for the back bunker. He goes right for the back.
Crazy.
Wow.
Oh, and RCJH defeats. Cyrus is tanking. That's why they're doing it. Look, Fred's going up for the tank snipe right now. Cyrus sees it, gets the first shot off, but it's still going to be enough. They might just trade tanks, though. It is going to be a tank trade automatically. Will they be able to roll through and get Trigger's bunker right after that is the question. They're focusing it down.
Yeah, top right.
Oh, don't run.
Don't run. Finish the bunker. All right.
It was over. Okay, get saying. Woo. Game. Just saying.
Yeah, it's more just it's an all-in strategy, and I think this is where we see Oblivion die. I don't think they're gonna switch on this.
Oh, on another note, I want you guys to notice his turret.
He can snipe the tank. Snipe the tank?
Oh my gosh!
Oh, he
they
did.
they didn't catch it. They didn't see the shift. Oh no! Maybe because Fred was typing. I have no idea. What a great play!
He needs more turrets. He needs more turrets.
One tank down.
Tank. Oh, he could have focused it.
Yeah, get the tank. Get the tank. He misclicked. Oh my gosh! Fred's gonna get the tank away.
Top left? Oh my goodness! I wonder what their win condition is if they murk top left.
I don't know if he can get this tank still. His guys just do no damage. Tank says 300, 200, 100. Oh, he barely goes down.
No.
Hey guys, welcome into the first game of the night. My name is Trey Konis, and joined with me today is Go Get It. How you doing, man?
I'm good, dude. How you been?
Been doing well. Another Saturday coming, first games of the night, and got the first matchup going on the screen right now. We got Luz Thurin and Trigger. We got Kashayar and Sofa, and then we have Kurto and Cyrus the Virus, and Nova, also known as Terminator, and Ricochet going. So should be a fun, interesting game. Actually, Sofer was just saying how he really likes what the matchup is looking like going on right here.
Yeah, this rates to be interesting. Also, this is a complete random sign out. I would actually die to be able to hear the conversation between Cass and Sofa throughout the match, because I think they're like effectively personality-wise polar opposites. They're both very good. Don't get me wrong. Sofa's extremely good. Cass really good. But like, why don't you do this? And it's just like, actually, no, fuck you. It should be really funny. But they have a huge chance to win again, as they're both very talented. So it'd be really fun to be like a fly on the wall in the middle of their conversations.
Oh yeah, I completely agree with you there.
Like,
all right,
so good.
Calling out actual positions. We got Kashayar and Sofa in the top left. We got Kurdo and Cyrus in the top right. Bottom right, we're going to have Nova, also known as that name I cannot pronounce, and Ricochet. And then bottom left, we have Trigger and Luz Theron going on. So, some interesting laning here. We got Cyrus going up against the de facto nuke guy. And it's going to be definitely a... I guess, I don't know if the hazing's the right word to call it, but it'll be interesting to see how he performs in the first match up against Cyrus, which is a very strong laner.
What is his ELO? Not that like defines skill, but what is his ELO? I can't even see it.
1380 is his ELO, but I mean, he's got accounts
for
1900 and all that.
Oh, okay,
he's one of the ones that plays under multiple names. Like, I've seen Nova before, and I didn't even know that until just in the Discord it was him. So, good to get new players always, though.
I completely agree. Well, Cyrus has a very good position here as he walks his army right back, so pretty good start for Cyrus as far as positioning. This should be interesting. Trigger is laning Cass, so those two have a lot of experience with each other in general. I would take Trigger basically overall. I think I've made this clear in the past, but Cass is going to be somebody who's going to be in this game, but it'll be a tough lane in general. If I had to say, I actually really like Loose play in general, although I think in the Pro League, he's been in a bunch of spots where it's like, and such that he's gotten destroyed in the early game, not of his own choosing, just by the situation, and then he's had to like build tanks or throw turrets, and it hasn't been terribly exciting for him, but in general I think he's a good player, so I think they have a really good chance of winning this game.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to find his groove back. He was just saying in the Discord earlier how he only really gets to play now on the weekend, so for these league matches, a little bit disadvantaged in the sense that, you know, he's not practicing through the week. Fingers aren't warmed up and whatnot, so we'll see how he does this first game, and then going on into games 2 and 3, we'll probably start seeing him pick up speed a little bit more there. All right, score check. We got Sofa first place, 750 points there. Cyrus second place, 600 points, and Luz Theron so far at 500 points. Nova definitely having a little bit of a hard time against Cyrus at the bottom of the scoreboard there at 270 points.
It's interesting. It feels almost as consistent as Trigger, where Cyrus is, I think I may mention this maybe the last time I cast it, Cyrus has to do a good job of managing success, as he's one of the types of players where it feels like he gets way out in front early, and then 2 comes, and then being able to manage those things are very difficult. He had a really fun game with I Like Sportsman. That's exactly what happened. Both of them got, well actually Cyrus got way out in front. It was just like a 30-minute onslaught of 6v2, and they held it for a good half hour. In a game like this with so many talented players, it's a difficult thing to do, so it'll be interesting to see if he has more experiences along those lines.
Yeah, there was a discussion going on earlier in the week how it is not advantageous to be top of the leaderboard, especially early on. And, you know, if you really think about some of the strong pub players that you see, you got Cyrus and Zateo, maybe there's something to be said because it is hard for them to grasp onto the wins here in these pro lobbies, probably because, like you said, they have such a strong start, and then they just get the epic beatdown for like 30 minutes or whatnot.
That's really tough. People at this level of play are going to have enough game sense to where they can, well, clearly they're going to be able to look at the scoreboard, make a decision, and then in general they're going to have enough game sense to acknowledge that, like, hey, you're way out in front. It's in my best interest to make sure that you go from way out in front to out of the game, and then kind of allow themselves to play what they would hope is either an advantageous position against fewer people, or maybe like a slightly worse position against fewer people. But if you get way ahead and you let that person steamroll, then you know you're going to lose. So everybody teams up, and it makes it a difficult, a really difficult spot. But managing that and then moving forward, under those circumstances is something that makes this game interesting. It's a really tough spot sometimes, so it makes it fun to watch.
Now we got a pretty early bunker going on from Cash IR right now. I'm assuming that he got pulled from Sofa there. Trigger was up there, but he did not have vision on that bunker, so this is going to come as a surprise to him. We'll be kind of curious to see how he reacts going forward. Right now, look at Trigger's upgrades: 3, 5, 4, 3, and 4. So he's got a little bit unorthodox playstyle going on there too. I think this is going to work out a little bit in Cash's favor because Trigger's going to be nowhere near ready for, a bunker there.
Sofa just threw a nuke down on the right side of the map while Cyrus is building. It hit a bit of Kurta's army, but ended up not destroying Cyrus's, so it got some points but not a lot of equity. And then another nuke goes down right behind it, and now this bunker is going to be in really bad shape. Yeah,
Kurto still has his nuke though. We'll see if he's able to just drop his nuke right on that bunker. Here comes up the SCV right now, but he does get sniped from Sofa, and it does look like Cyrus's bunker is going to get canceled here.
Kurto's in horrible spot. If Cass could make it over here, okay, he gets his nuke off on his bunkers, quite possibly saving his bunkers. He only had 3 units in and then no army behind, and Cyrus is in a bad spot too. So that ends up being a defensive nuke, but something that keeps him in the game.
Let's see, Cyrus is a little bit short of being able to rebuild his bunker. He had bumped into a little bit of attack here, and Kurto as well is ready to bunk, so we'll probably see Kurto lay down his bunker first. Trigger, meanwhile, putting down his bunker in the de facto tank square, so to speak, getting a lot of pressure on from from Cash-AR. Luz is there. Luz still does have his nuke. Trigger also with his nuke, and they should be able to get it up, no problem there.
Bottom left with 2 nukes should be able to defend this without too much of an issue.
This is a little scary. Sofa left position and to go try to help deny it, and now Kurto is all up over there. I don't know if they'll be able to get the cancel. This bunker is very close to being done, but a little bit caught out of position there.
Kurto just basically, I don't want to say went all in, but throwing that turret down, oh no, and his Cass is going to cut it off. So throwing that turret down, especially this early, the bucket's down anyway, really, really hurts as far as equity in the game. You throw 225 away for yourself and then effectively sacrifice 100 into the other team. So it's a 325-point swing and the bunker gets up anyway. That's a tough spot, man.
All right, nuke does go down from Luz Theron there on Ricochet, puts down his other bunker, and look at Cyrus. You don't see this from Cyrus every day. He elected to go Warpigs.
Is that Fred?
Yeah, I guess Fred's been rubbing off on him a little bit more.
What is going on over here? What are his upgrades? Oh, he's invested very heavily in his upgrades as well.
Yep, 444, but, it's definitely not a good spot for him. I'm surprised that Kurto did not drop his bunker earlier. He had the money for it there, too. And since he wasted money on a turret, it does put him a little bit further behind.
Kurto's in an interesting spot, and it's not an enjoyable spot, but in general, like, if you think about this game in the same sense that you would think about regular StarCraft, theoretically, other than ultra late game, you would never want to float more than 400 minerals in a traditional game, which is basically a cost for a traditional base. Same premise here. He has 1,000, well, he had like 1,400 before he started building this bunker. You can manage your upgrades and maybe spend 200 or 300 extra, getting like a little bit of extra tech, a little bit extra defense, and then have that to defend or attack rather than have it sit in the bank, especially when you're building a bunk. Not like it's the worst thing ever, but that's something to consider when you have so much behind.
He's in a little bit of trouble there. He aggroed over Sofa, which I don't know why he would. In that case, he just top shot at a unit and went, hey, I'm here, by the way. And now his bunker has been spotted. I think it would have been better for him to stay back just a little bit until they were able to get at least one bunker up. They got a lot of pressure. Cash replying to the ping that Sofa sent him. And Kurto being forced to send down another turret just for it to get destroyed. It looks like this bunker is going to get canceled out as well. Not looking good for Sofa right here. But to be honest, I wouldn't even say this was bad luck. I think Kurto made a mistake by venturing out and popping Sofa there for a second.
That's a tough one. And bottom right used, I want to say it was Luz Theron ended up using his nuke, got a little bit of value while putting pressure on Ricochet. Trigger had brought his SCV over in case there was an opportunity to end up not working out, so he kind of backed off there. Other than top right, everybody has an expansion. Bringing up the rear there, as far as board presence. Although Cyrus has, good God, 7, 6, 4, 4, and 7 with a Merc bunk this early is a non-Cyrus build. I would almost argue Cyrus is like a scientist when it comes to his builds. It's always a Reaper first, and then an extra. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Marine first, and then an extra Reaper. Or am I flip-flopping that? One of the two.
Flip it, Reaper, and then extra Marine.
Yeah, so this is extremely abnormal for Cyrus to be able to play like this, but it'll be interesting to see how the game develops, given what he did.
All right, going over here, we got a score check going. We got Cash IR in first place now, 3,900 points. Sofa in second place, 3,300 points. So top left looking pretty strong there. Curto, meanwhile, about to get his third attempt at a bunker cancel. Another turret goes down on Curto. Trigger in third place, 32.85. Poor top right, sitting down at the bottom of the scoreboard. But to be honest, look at their point scores. They're not down much. The only thing that's not going to be factored into there is all these turrets and building cancels. That's got to be at least 1,500 there for Curto.
He's thrown what, at least 5, maybe 6 turrets. So he's, you know, 1,000, between 1,000 and 1,500 vested in turrets. Oh man, another cancel. That just makes it so tough when you have somebody like Sofa Keen who's A, very good, and B, not going to relent. So it just puts you get in a bad spot, and then that's like steamrolls downhill where that bad spot becomes worse and worse and worse as the game goes on.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're worried about Cash IR's nuke. I'm surprised they just haven't thrown down a shield tower there. They were actually very lucky in this that Nova or Chisaka was not putting pressure on them, so that was probably, arguably, their best chance to get a bunker down there.
This is, just to acknowledge here, I think it's Cass and Trigger are the only 2 nukes left in the game. It feels like, having watched Trigger's SCV move around the map, he's basically had it in spots where necessary, but the situation didn't develop, so now he's going to hold on for a little bit. I wonder what Cass is thinking. He's definitely not a Fred, where it's not going down until like 45 minutes in or whatever. So it's interesting that he's been able to hold on to it here and maybe get a better position later.
Looks like Cyrus is going to take his chance at a bunker now. He did get the shield tower beforehand. He's got the bunker going. Looks like Sofa. Does Sofa see it? Sofa does not have vision of it. He has vision of the shield tower, though, which should tell him as a player that, yes, something is building there. But so far was not able to get confirmation of it. Meanwhile, bottom right does see it, gets the SCV snipe, and is targeting down. Well, he's not targeting anything there. He's hitting both the bunker and the shield.
This is, I almost think, I'm not sure, but I almost think that Curto, geez, he's threw another, this guy's the king of throwing turrets. I want to say Curto threw money to Cyrus, don't quote me on that, but he's had money through this. His upgrades aren't super high, and he only has like 100 behind. I know he just threw it turret there, but I think he might have sent some money over the turret.
They got 2 turrets down. They got to make this work. That bunker is very low on health.
Bunker's hurt. This is just to acknowledge this. If he had gotten or gets bunker regen, even while it's building, it will regen health. He currently doesn't have any. He's got 1 as far as shield and then none as far as bunker regen. So that's something to consider. It's just 25 minerals. Or in there, let it start rebuilding. Look at all these turrets.
Yeah, this is kind of all in, but they do need a bunker at this point, or it's going to be pretty much GG for them. Oh no.
So Trigger expanding bottom left here as well. That's so close.
Yeah,
might have to throw another.
It looks like it is going to get canceled. At this point, I think they can just focus fire the bunker and force them to cancel, even trade out their units. There it goes, cancellation right there. Not looking good there for top right, without a doubt. Curto and Cyrus, 5,300 and 3,800 points respectively, whereas map leader says 6,200.
They're in a spot where they're gonna basically be able to decide who wins or loses at the end of the game, and then people are gonna rage based on their decision. Like, that's just kind of what it feels like right now. So we'll see as the game develops. Also, Kaz ends up getting a pretty clean, uncontested Marauders. I know it's not done yet, but it will be here shortly. Pretty straightforward. Easy game for him. Ricochet has the Cyrus build down.
Yes, he does. You can.
Interested to go back and ask or inquire why Trigger took the tank spot first. Not saying it's not going to work out, not saying it's going to work out, but they had a discussion, or if he was like, I'm going to take this because we'll figure it out later.
Might be a thing. Trigger always says, I don't bunk unless I feel absolutely confident I can hold it. And maybe he wasn't feeling so confident up in the other the area there. And it's kind of true. I don't see his bunkers get canceled that much, too. So I think he's overly cautious with that. Meanwhile, it does look like Curto is going to die to Sofa King right here.
Oh my goodness.
It is going to be GG for Curto.
He gets a free 200. Living the dream. That puts Cyrus under the gun. If Cass could defend, he still has his nuke. I would almost argue Cass should run over and help.
Clear it real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cyrus is definitely not going down without a fight here. He doesn't have too much in building armor and whatnot, but he's 10, 14, 7, and 9. So whatever money he did just get from Curto is going down. Look at this bunker from Sofa King. He is going in a pure reap strategy here. We're going to see some Oblivion level play, but very extended across the top part of the map.
They'll have, and this puts bottom left, assuming Cyrus eventually dies over the course of the next 10-15 minutes. This puts bottom left, through no fault of their own, in a bad spot just due to their location. So when they expand, they always expand towards an enemy. Now when top left or bottom right expand away from the enemy. Yeah, and it makes it way easier to deal with and way easier to defend.
All right, a lot of action. 24 minutes into the game now. We already got one player eliminated. Looks like Team 2 Cyrus is trying to make his comeback with some upgrades and whatnot, but still getting pressure from everyone. And meanwhile, top left just dominating with map control in the top 2 player positions. And I said that way too soon because Trigger just jumped all the way to the top. I don't know how he does that, but he does it consistently every time. There's got to be a Trigger command in the map.
Yo, is Trigger actually Swag Blanket and we just don't know it? Like, is that the case?
Yeah, he must have typed something in there and it just like shot him up like 3K or whatnot.
It's the insert command for 3,000 minerals. Oh, thanks. But its usual Trigger's upgrades are just by far and away better than Cass. Even though Cass has a fair bit better unit comp. Trigger has 2 Reap bunks. Cass has an upgraded Marauder bunk. Just in general, those are going to be kind of diametrically opposed. But Trigger's upgrades are so much better that he's able to not only fight, but he's making wins and increasing his scores. That's something to watch as the game moves forward.
Looks like Cyrus is going to take his turn at that bunker again. Let's hope he gets it down, stays in this game.
He should have full vision of the map as long as they're talking, as long as Curto is kind of communicating to him. So he'll have kind of complete information, whereas everybody else have incomplete information. But
look at this.
He's just such in a tough spot.
From Nova to Sakic, or gosh, I have no idea how to pronounce it. I should stop. But he saw Cyrus's bunker, and he's protecting Cyrus's bunker. I think he does not want Cyrus to be cleared out completely yet. He wants that insulation from Sofa.
Agreed. Seems, well, not even it seems, it is intentional that he's keeping him alive. I don't think there's much of a, to throw his whole army, which he has, how much supply does he have? Oh my goodness, he's got 4 extra little things for supply, so without much of an issue. But yeah, I think he's pretty well clearly keeping Cyrus alive. It'll be interesting to see if that ends up being the correct choice as the game moves forward. Marauder bunker down as well. Is almost 20'd off on attack and has 14 range. Like, 1.5 hour in.
That's definitely Trigger there for you. He is an upgrade player. Let's count how many bunkers he has. 3. That's it. And he's proven time over again and again that you can win on 3 or 4 bunkers.
Makes it good that, and it's clearly the correct decision, to murk out the Marine bunkers. Those trade much better with the Marauders. And then to leave the extra money, presumably, from not murking the 2 Reaper bunkers, and it seems as if just throw that right in attack and working for.
Yeah, he is just about the highest on the board, isn't he? When it upgrade. Cash being just very aggressive here. Able to clear out his Trigger's army on that push. Cyrus sitting at 9,800 points here. You know, actually, he's not as far as behind score-wise as I would have thought, and I don't think he took the brunt of most of those cancels. So he's still in fairly decent shape here. He's still in this game, I think.
His army would trade reasonably efficiently with Sofas, as his upgrades are better, even though his unit comp is worse. Where his upgrades are also better than, and I'm going to go ahead and butcher his name, Sukic. Yeah, you have to tell me how you say that name, brother. Yeah,
I'm going to just call him Nova. In the Discord, he is known as Nova and also known as Terminator.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, Terminator. Yeah, I'll have to.
Cash beats the tank that Trigger was trying to build though.
Got a cancel.
Cancels out the tank. And now is about the time where Trigger's probably going, oh man, I'm building that tank for it, dang it.
That's so frustrating. Canceling a tank is the most expensive cancel in the game. Is that right? Canceling a bunk loses 250. Canceling a tank loses 375. Is that right? So I think that is the most expensive cancel.
It hurts, that's for sure. Plus, it just takes so long to build.
Yeah, it's definitely slowing down a tank build is take forever and then slowing it down makes it even more.
It's like we got some 2v2 action going on bottom left, but this is going to be good for bottom left. I think they will be able to hold it. They're going to get some good feed here.
I love Sofa's infrastructure. I love, like, 3 upgraded Reaper bunk. Oh my god, he's building even more supply. He's gonna, I mean, this literally is, other than canceling, and I actually don't like this even though it works, canceling out the Marine bunker, this is basically Oblivion, right?
Yep. The only thing Oblivion does is he does not extend himself so far out. He'll actually convince his partner to go Marine and build over there. So he's not...
The other side, that's right.
It allows him to defend his supply much more effectively. Hard for you to abuse if you're laning against them. And go
this
get
build,
it. I know that this mineral patch right here is just killing me.
Killing
right
me.
now.
No, it's killing me. And Trigger's good enough, or I'm sorry, Kaz is good enough and Sofa's good enough, so I'm just like, I'm actually, I know the people on stream can't see what I'm watching, I've actually been staring at it for about 30 seconds. Come on, guys. You could just click 2 and rally right to it, like 1 extra half step and you'd get it, buddy. No. What is he doing?
He still doesn't see it. Do it. Oh.
There's one in the middle, too.
Oh, let's see if Nova grabs it. Nope, Cash does see it. His SCV is sitting right next to it.
Okay,
I don't even want to watch the fight now. I just, oh, he got it. Okay.
Me is there.
Look at these forward supply depots from Luz. That's a little unorthodox. There. They're just right there up in the open. He's either feeling very confident against Ricochet, or he's going to get abused there big time.
He's got the advantage upgrade-wise and unit count-wise versus Ricochet. Really, that is... And caution in the wind, saying, the hell with this, you ain't coming to get this, I'm going to stop you. Yeah. It's interesting to see how that goes.
Let's see, Sofa is sitting at 100 supply right now. Still hard for him to reinforce quickly, though, up to that number. So he's got to be very careful with his units. He's not really in a good position to snipe at this angle right now. He's getting head off by Cyrus and Nova at the same time. He might want to just go surprise Trigger with Cash on one push, I think.
This is built, I don't want to say like aggressive shield towers. I actually thought when I saw the one that's in the Rauder Square, their bunker, that he was going to build another Rauder, but I guess that's just for defense versus Trigger. Same thing with the one on the other side where the Marine would probably go.
Looks like Rauders are going down for Nova there in the bottom right.
Almost never a wrong decision to get Rauders, so as long as it gets up, it's good for him. Cyrus has 20 off his attack and actually has a 9 attack advantage versus Sofa. Fly, if he used his army would trade pretty efficiently against that other army.
Cyrus is still keeping this game. He's up 14,000 points. He's only got a deficit of about 3,000 right now over the map leader. So, That's just interesting, and he's stuck in this defensive role, which is good for him too. He's sitting at 20 attack. He's just bumping up his range and his armor right now. The only thing he has to do is keep Sofa's mass in check, and it looks like Nova's playing ball with that. Nova knows that.
And Cyrus should be collecting, assuming Kurto is, you would assume Kurto's sending him money. He's probably collected another, what, 600 to 1,000 from Kurto sending him money, assuming he's doing that. So that his score is deceptively low, which is interesting.
Oh, looks like
Ricochet,
actually...
bottom right corner, might lose a base. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, he's going to lose it. Yep. R.I.P. The bottom left, bottom right.
Just a little too late there for Nova to swing on down, saving it. And Luz kept continually pushing it, so I don't think they caught it off guard there.
Heard a nuke? Nope, decides not to.
Yeah, Luz losing already one supply. Looks like he'll definitely lose his other one. I think at this point they need to call it a gun and just sit back and remask. Top left can even come in and really put some space on right now. Cash should be pinging out Sofa here and saying, hey, come help. They'll get a 4v2 going on Trigger. Look at how low Trigger's bunker is.
Yeah, Trigger's bunker, yeah. Cass have a nuke? If he, okay, yeah, his SCV needs to come down with this. Although Trigger has a nuke. Oh, good pick. Good pick off. Boy, bottom left's just in a bad spot, man. Oh, good. I actually feel that that's 100% what Sofa just did was correct. To go ahead and swing around and actually go ahead and kind of reduce the threat from bottom right. Not to mention get rid of a Marauder bunker. That's a really intelligent and like game-conscious play that not everybody can make, so I really appreciate a play like that.
Not good for Cyrus too, because if Nova's not able to protect Cyrus, Sofa can just run in with that mass for the most part and start taking out bunkers of Cyrus even with the advantage of upgrades.
He's definitely been his guardian angel for about the last 20 minutes of this game.
Sofa now 14 armor, 17 attack, 16 range, 8 region, 11 speed. He does see Cyrus's new bunker building out. Pushing it hard. Cyrus is able to complete it. But with all those many Reapers, he's got to be careful.
There's no question that the way the map is currently, top left is in by far the best position. This is one of those spots where if the players either decide to publicly speak, or if they can all put it together, it's kind of time to team on top left, given their general position, even though the score might not be so far ahead. It'll become obvious as people gain more information by going over to that side of the map that Sofa has incredible infrastructure and Cass is way ahead. Oh my god.
Yep, caught it while it was murking. The murk finishes, so that's
so
going to be 1,500 gone. Doesn't even get the partial refund. Great use of the nuke there. And I think they heard you or whatnot, because as you were saying that, Ricochet was probing at Kashiar's murk bunker, and then of course bottom left just made a power play there.
This is just kind of one of those spots where in the game players are too good, they're going to be able to figure it out. And then this will be one of those things, I'm horrible at the position that top left is in. In my opinion, top left should act, and I don't do this and I should, top left should save their money. It feels weird to do so, but top left should realize that we're effectively going to be reduced down. If you save your money, it allows, and Trigger does a very good job of this, of re-expanding faster and kind of coming back and being able to trade better. I always I don't want to say attack, like click forward and smash
just
attack.
Invested in all those upgraded supplies, and they are dropping down. But you're right, they're going to get reduced. And you just have to mentally prepare yourself, or you lose the game if trying to hold on to it too much. Second Marauder going up now for Nova there at the bottom right. And as we go in for a score check, we got Sofa still in first place, taking some considerable losses there, though. 25,000 points. Kashiar in second with 23. Trigger third, 23. Nova fourth, 23. Luz, 22. And Cyrus, 21.
So I didn't want to talk about it, but there's been a mineral patch by Sofa's base.
Yeah,
Sofa?
202.
Sofa actually, I actually didn't notice this was now funny enough. Thank you, Mineral Patch. He canceled off he retired it.
He must have just done that before he hit, because I saw it earlier and they were going. That puts him at a very bad position.
Oh man, that's a tough spot then. Yeah. 2 producing bunkers. This isn't a linear equation effectively, but you go from 1 to 2, you get a 100% increase. You go from 2 to 3, you effectively get a 33% increase. So he's losing 33% as far as his resupply, which is kind of tough this late in the game, man, especially when the units are all powered up. So.
Yeah, bottom left getting a lot of pressure there.
Reward.
Luz just lost the bunker that was situated right here, and meanwhile Trigger got his supply taken out there in the middle of SVR. So still kind of anyone's game here. Really happy to see Cyrus making the comeback. Oh, and Sofa does see what he was planning there. Cyrus has dropped down a tank. Sofa sees it, trying to push in hard, but it looks like Cyrus can hold this off.
Bottom right and bottom left are going to make this hold possible. By happenstance. They don't know it's going down, but by happenstance. Oh, well. Or say if he goes straight up, he'll get it. So he definitely saved him. Indecision there by no, he couldn't figure out what to do.
Yep.
Gosh, on the classic Cyrus throwing down a. He's gonna slowly walk forward. Needs to go back now because he's about to get destroyed. But he'll throw down shield tower, then slowly walk forward. At least that's in general what he seems to do. He's very good at it, of course. But of course.
Cyrus getting a little bit 2 versus 1 here, and it looks like Sofa's going for that back bunker on snipe while Cash IR just holds him. It looks like he will be able to get this back bunker. Luz Thurin calling for help, which is going. Good thing as they didn't listen. That could have been the demise actually of Cyrus if Nova didn't come up here.
This, I actually agree with Nova's decision to protect Cyrus earlier. It's more debatable now, as he just basically had Cyrus dead and decided to back off. So it's that if the game goes against him will be the inflection point, in my opinion. But this decision, he consciously was like, you know what, I'm going to let Cyrus ride, make sure that top right or top left can't expand to the top right, and kind of continue the way he's been playing.
Cash taking his second rods, meanwhile calling out that bottom right is massive. I don't know if that was politicking just so he can get his rods down, or if he legitimately believes it or not. Everyone kind of calling the BS on it. It looks like Cyrus's tank might go down here.
Oh, it's going to be close.
Oh, and it does go down. Oh man, this is not good for bottom, for top right here.
He's building a bunker and still has a grand behind. He's actually how poorly the game started. He's obviously not in a very good spot, but he's not in as bad of a spot as you could think, although he has bottom right to thank for part of that.
Yeah, here they come, get the cancellation. They're going to go right back for this back bunker here. He might lose his bunker again, but Sofa being a little bit indecisive. I don't know why they didn't just push in there. Still a little indecisive. He's just trying to gather up supply, but I think they could have still made it work there. Meanwhile, Cash is losing supply.
This bunker, at least one bunker is definitely going down here. Yeah, this is definitely going to get, and they might as well just finish him off.
Yeah, this is going to be the end of Cyrus right here.
But leaving him would be a mistake. You played good. It's like you're in such a bad spot early on. It's really tough to do much.
Yeah. GG, Mr. Cyrus the Virus there. That was actually a really good game. Good game played from you. Hard beginning, but you made the best of it. And you're a force even 48 minutes into the match after all those cancels in the beginning.
To acknowledge this, Sofa has 2 producing bunkers and 105 supply. If he lost his whole army, he's chilling for 5. It's like getting nuked 2 minutes into the game where you're just sitting there like, well, I guess I'll go ahead and make myself a drink. I'll be back when I have 40 supply. Like, it's just going to take forever to resupply. Build a bunk, bro. Well, he's building a tank. Now build a bunk, bro.
Yeah, I don't know what the tank could do. I'll let Cash build the tank.
No, it doesn't have splash. That is the only tank on the map currently, I think.
And it looks like he's going for a suicide run. Going all the way down to the back bunker, but Nova's just
this kills it, just godlike.
I don't know if he's gonna get it.
With his bunker period? Oh no, I was way off 11,000.
3. Yep, and he is able to save that bunker.
But at the same time, he dips and cannot really resupply quickly. Top left decides, or bottom left decides to go and attack top left. So that's just effective bad happenstance. There's almost no way they could have seen him loop all the way around the map. And
Look at
that might be the end of it.
Luz is just all up in his face with his entire army. They collapse back down on the Kashyyyr. Kashyyyr does lose that Reaper bunker there, and he's probably going to lose his back bunker as well.
He's got no chill.
Yeah, they're saying, what is this? But like you
no
said, he just can't resupply fast enough here. So he threw away his entire
More
army.
units. These turrets, this is very good micro from Cass, you know, to chuck all these turrets on, and it's correct as they're clearly going to catch heat for a little bit. Just random shout out, bottom left has done so good given expand, but not towards the enemy. And top right, or top left had freedom to expand around, and you know, they just kind of hung around, and there goes. Next
Right,
5 minutes.
Kashyyyr eliminated from the match. 2 teams, well, 3 teams remain, but it kind of looks like they're going to let him live. I don't know about that, but I guess they got a little bit scared from Nova dropping back down.
Bottom left is in
So
prime
with
position.
designing, he needs a 3rd bunker after all.
Perfect timing. You can understand. I mean, I understand why he's not doing it, but he could unretire the marine bunker. But at this point,
I didn't even realize it was still retired. I figured he would have done it by now.
just 1,400 in the bank. Maybe he's saving for another. But yeah, he's put another bunker down. But bottom left is gonna go ahead and win this game in the meantime.
Yeah, it looks like it very much so here.
Would have been interesting had bottom right ended up destroying Cyrus earlier. Had that changed the game at all? Not saying it would have, but it would have made the game certainly a little bit different. And then yeah, the decision to you know, retire the marine bunker and have an infinite supply, and then get a little unlucky with timing, come down to the bottom right, ready to see he get sniped off.
I don't think Sofa can stop this momentum that they got going on bottom right now. I mean, look at Trigger's positioning all through there. Nova loses his
middle.
Reaper bunk just about now. He's going to lose the Marauder bunk almost at the same time, with Ricochet being reduced down to 1 bunker as well. And meanwhile, look at Trigger with this. Is this how he's? No, he's got his rallies going towards bottom right, but he's got this sub army just to hold off Sofa here. They're going to be able to take this game.
I was to say, if he lags out, that would be very interesting. But yeah, I think they're still favored.
Ricochet going down, and it looks like Nova will be next. And happenstance enough, the game is gonna go to bottom left. Who would have
Under
guessed
an
that
hour?
at the beginning of the game? In under an hour, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, Cass was by far ahead at the 20-minute mark. Had great infrastructure. Had built a bunch of shield towers. Sofa ended up doing really, really well versus Kurto. Not how you start, it's how you finish, brother. And that's bottom left shows us that in this game. Well played, y'all.
Alrighty, guys. That's it for game 1. We're going to be back for game 2 in just a few minutes, so stay tuned.
He's been in a bunch of spots where it's like such that he's gotten destroyed in the early game, not of his own choosing, just by the situation. And then he's had to build tanks or throw turrets, and it hasn't been terribly exciting for him. But in general, I think he's a good player, so I think they have a really good chance of winning this game.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to find his groove back. He was just saying in the Discord earlier how he only really gets to play now on the weekend, so for these league matches, so a little bit disadvantaged. I don't know if they'll be able to get the cancel. This bunker is very close to being done, but a little bit caught out of position there.
Bro, just basically, I don't want to say went all in, but throwing that turret down. Oh no, and his cast is going to cut it off. So throwing that turret down, especially this early, on the bucket's down anyway, really, really hurts as far as equity in the game. You throw 225 away for yourself, and then effectively sacrifice 100 into the other team. So it's a 325 point swing, and the bunker gets up anyway. That's a tough spot, man.
All right, thing Trigger always says, I don't bunk unless I feel absolutely confident I can hold it. And maybe he wasn't feeling so confident up at the other the area there. And it's kind of true. I don't see his bunkers get canceled that much, too. So I think he's overly cautious with that. Meanwhile, it does look like Curto is going to die to Sofa King right here.
Oh my goodness.
It is going to be GG for Curto.
He gets a free 200. And Cyrus should be collecting, assuming Curto is, you would assume Curto's sending him money. He's probably collected another, what, 600 to 1,000 from Curto sending him money, assuming he's doing that. So that his score is deceptively low, which is interesting.
Oh, looks like
Ricochet, bottom right corner, might lose a base. Oh, it's gonna be close. Oh, he's gonna lose it. Yep. R.I.P. A nuke? If he okay, yeah, his SCV needs to come down with this. Although Trigger has a nuke. Oh, good pick. Good pick off. Boy, bottom left's just in a bad spot, man. Oh, good. I actually feel that that's 100% what Sofa just did was correct. To go ahead and swing around and actually go ahead and kind of reduce the threat from bottom right. Not to mention get rid of a Marauder bunker. That's a really intelligent and like game conscious play that not everybody can make. So I really appreciate a play like that. Eek, or if they can all put it together, it's kind of time to team on top left, given their general positioning. Even though the score might not be so far ahead, it'll become obvious as people gain more information by going over to that side of the map that Sofa has incredible infrastructure and Cass is way ahead. Oh my God!
Yep, caught it while
There's
it was
nuke.
murking. The murk finishes, so
That's
that's
so
going to
good.
be 1,500 gone. It doesn't even get the partial refund. Great use of the nuke there. Just done that before he hit, because I saw it earlier and they were going. That puts him at a very bad position.
Man, that's a tough spot then. Yeah. 2 producing bunkers. This isn't a linear equation effectively, but you go from 1 to 2, you get a 100% increase. You go from 2 to 3, you effectively get a 33% increase. So he's losing 33% as far as his resupply, which is
Or
maybe
no, it does
David-
not go
David.
down. Holy. That was so close to death. But meanwhile, it looks like Zateo is going to get eliminated from this matchup. Bunker is in the orange. It's now in the red. Zateo's calling dead. And GG for top left Zateo. Yeah, I think so. I think what they're counting on is if they can eliminate top left, it's automatically going to force a 4v2 against bottom left. I think that's their plan. Look at how close that bunker was to death, getting pushed back. Otacon and Kurto going for the tank snipe.
Oh,
They're
no.
going to
He's
get
gonna
the
lose that
tank.
Huge. It's game changing right there.
Exactly.
Honestly,
Oh, but Cyrus is maybe going to be able to get that bunker up because everyone's pushing towards middle right now.
Great cut
That was
there
a great
from Otacon and Cyrus. A little bit overextension though, it looks like. Oh my gosh. Like if they get
Are
the
they
SCV
going to be
snipe.
able to get the SCV?
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Poor
boy.
Cyrus. Looks like both bunks will get canceled.
Over trigger with that Reaper composition he has.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Alright, so it looks like it's pretty much all on trigger. I mean, RC is trying to just rebuild, so he's, trying to do what he can.
Yeah, but
If he gets this, he's going to be able to definitely win this game, I believe.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Wow, Trigger saved it.
1,500 points on that bunker left.
Yeah, what are the upgrades?
Upgrades whatsoever. It just melts. They're gonna keep rolling.
They might be able to get a second one right now.
He dumps 3 armor, but it's already
Oh, he needs to
50%
step
down in health.
There he goes.
Oh my
So
gosh.
close, so close, so close.
Bank,
It goes
does go
down.
down. Wow.
But at what cost though? Look at them. Look at them.
Yeah, they're well. Okay. Well, top left just saved them from utter destruction. All this sniping.
Going for the bunk, and he got it. I actually would not have done that in game, so good shit, dude. Good play.
And I'm surprised. We saw this last game too. Actually, from Oblivion, he got punished with this early supply. That seems to be the thing going on right now. But look, this supply depot is just gonna fall. He ignores the supply. He
wow,
goes right
he's
for the
going
back
for this,
bunker. He goes right for the back.
Crazy.
Wow.
Oh,
worst
and
boy.
RCJH
Oh my
Cyrus
It'd be
is
one
tanking.
thing
That's why they're doing it. Look, Fred's going up for the tank snipe right now. Cyrus sees it, gets the first shot off, but it's still going to be enough. They might just trade tanks, though. It is going to be a tank trade automatically. Will they be able to roll through and get Trigger's bunker right after that is the question. They're focusing it down.
Yeah, top right.
Oh, don't run.
Don't run. Finish the bunker. All
It was
right.
over. Okay, get saying. Woo.
Okay, we are back for game 2 of the night. My name is Draconis again. Join with me are quite a few co-casters. We got Go Getting, Ash IR, and Sofa, which is apparently dying over there on his other side. And coming in to game 3 of the night, we just started out calling out player positions. We got top left, returning champions Trigger and Luz Thurin. Top right, we got Curto and Zateo. Bottom right, Ricochet and Otacon, and then bottom left, Nova and Cyrus, who were laning each other last game. They were bitter enemies, and now they are allies. Should be interesting to see. Sofa, when we first started, you were calling out who your the team to watch was. Who do you
I
guys
think the team to watch right this game is Cyrus and Suki Cage. I really like the lane placement for them. I actually think Suki Cage is the type of player that will be able to beat Trigger in lane. Just stylistically, I think he's a little bit stronger in the way that he approaches the matchup. Doesn't look like this is a very good position for him here.
And he demonstrated a lot of good game sense. I mean, this will be the second game I really got to watch him play, but watching the first one, Go-Get and I were commenting how he was purposely keeping Cyrus alive that last one, give you a little bit of insulation and buffer against you. We thought that was a really good call. Not entirely convinced if you should have kept doing it.
He just dominated Trigger right there. Trigger was 15
I'm going
up
to go
at the beginning
against
of the fight.
what Sofa's going for. I'm going to go based on team dynamic here. I'm going to say Ricochet and Oda kind of got this based on the fact that these guys have been playing for a while together. I've seen them in a lot of games together. I think they're going to go very well in terms of complement.
I actually couldn't disagree more. I think they're the first team to die.
Well, let's see how it goes. And if you are in the stream chat, we'd love to hear your predictions as well. Let us know. We got definitely somebody's going to be right. Someone's going to. Well, I guess it could be that no one's wrong, right? So we'll see how it folds out here.
Yeah. Ooh, Trigger. This is a great fight for Germany. And he's going to get more and more ahead.
Yeah, sitting at first place now, 450 points going on. Trigger 300, so not terribly far behind, about 100.
500, 200 ahead.
First nuke by Zateo.
And he has the army control and the map control.
I don't want to say it, but it feels like he's actually, so far, our micro Trigger? Is that even humanly possible? Like,
yeah,
so far he's played really well.
Yeah, it is. Me and Turbo, like, in lane, Trigger actually isn't that strong of a player. He's a late game, really a big threat late game.
Stuff. Yeah.
But, like, in lane, like, I don't have any problem against Trigger in lane.
Even though it's a bad spot, I actually think he had the advantage there.
Yeah, I agree. And I think what does make Trigger, dangerous is what you just said, stuff like he's got great micro. He beats my micro any day of the week. But like you said, he knows this game. He knows the late game dynamics very well. when to look small, when to look, expand out and make a play. That's what he's just got an overall great balance of all the characteristics. Usually you see the strong laners or someone that's really good at map strategy. Very rarely do you get that, concoction of both.
Yeah.
Can acknowledge that my builds nowadays resemble similar to what Zateo has going on. I'll usually do 3-3-0, 2 and 5, and then look to expand. He's 3-4-0, 1 and 6. Oh, he actually decided to go up to a 6. I'll usually cap my speed off at 5. I used to go up to like
this
7.
Is turning into a slugfest.
Yeah, that was a very, very old school play. I think back in the day when Leninade used to play a lot, before Elo came in and when your win rate was visible, I think 8 speed was the go back then. Everyone used to get to 8 speed before they bumped, and now it's dropped to 5.
Trigger got way more upgrades than as well. Termy's super far ahead of him. Trigger isn't going to be expanding for
a while.
1,000 minerals, and Termy's 400 away, and he still has his nuke.
And Kurto gets the undercut Trigger here too.
Well, I'm curious, GGI, you were saying that you play the same zero range strategy. What's the reason behind that? I mean, I can see Zateo's on 35016. It's pretty heavy, but to not put 25 into range, I just don't see why not. What's the strategy behind it?
There's effectively, this is going to sound nitty and like effectively micromanaging, but there's effectively no difference between 1 range and 6 range. Like the inflection point is 7, so like if you have 2 lines of units that are similar, so Marine, 7 range is like the inflection point where it becomes the second line could fire at that first line from the other people. So the difference between 0 range and 4 range is, in my opinion, minimal. There's a huge difference between like 13 range and 6. That's when the other team can.
Oh, great fucking fight! Great fight for Suki Cage to get in with Otacon, and now if he comes back on top, he'll get a really, really, really good fight against Trigger here. Yeah, this is an excellent fight for Suki Cage.
I think his split was a bit wrong. I think he should have split
his
earlier.
Split was perfect.
I think he
Look
should
at
have
that.
split earlier.
He's gonna get a huge, great trade right there.
Just back to your point, GGI. But if you had like 0 versus 1 range, I agree.
Back up.
That second lane, but it does give you the first hit. So if you get the first hit, sometimes that's the decider. It's the same as getting free regen and getting the first. I can take an extra hit.
Looks like Kurto's going to be the first to bunk right now. Top right getting the Reaper bunker out, and meanwhile,
Termy's expanding too. Just call him Termy. Oh, Trigger just found 150 minerals.
We were chuckling last game, so if at the 200 minerals sitting behind your base for like 5 minutes.
I was sitting there for forever.
And Luge is going to be a little bit of trouble, but it looks like Trigger was able to come back and save him. He dropped that bunk right in his face, and Kurto does see it, so he's going to keep pressing on it.
Lucky that Termy's expanding because he's not going to aggressively push out, so it's kind of not going to get pressure from the bottom. Probably allowing.
Oh no, it's going to get pressured right fucking now.
Now it's coming out. Yeah, Trigger almost has to nuke this right now.
Kurto and his turrets, man. He loves these turrets, but it does help him out.
This is getting canceled for sure.
Trigger still has his nuke.
Yeah, but Termy's here too. He's just getting those SCV snipes on SCV snipes.
There's also nukes to protect this bunker.
This is going to look bad for Otacon here. Here comes Ricochet nukes to help out. Not the best nuke in terms of money, but definitely needed to happen to get Otacon to get his second bunk down.
There's a Holocaust. Was that an attempt at a nuke snipe right there that just did not go the way he wanted?
Trigger nuke and then they insta-cancel? Is that what just happened?
I think it was Oh no, it wasn't Termy. I thought that was Termy's nuke, like he was trying to cancel it. Yeah, I think maybe it was a late cancel from Loose Theron when he heard the nuke come off from Trigger.
I think Trigger had 1,200 in the bank and decided to mark his bunk rather than expand.
He's pulling a Cyrus.
Yeah, we saw that last game.
So Termy is now 1,800 points behind Trigger, but is 900 points on Trigger, but has the advantage, I still think, because he has the bunk out.
Your misclick built something. I don't know what
He
he
just really needs to get more active on the map. He's just sitting at 50 supply for so long. Here he comes. This is a good play. Gonna jump on Kurdo here.
Why didn't they get out of there? Oh, you could actually probably take that fight. Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing how Trigger is just able to still stay in the game. We saw that from Cyrus too. Defender's advantage right there.
That mineral pallet right there is killing me. The one in the top left.
Please, someone take your CV and scout. Please, like. No,
Please just take that mineral pallet. It's killing me.
And there was one last game where it was,
The one right beside Otacon too.
That one's so easy too because you can see it.
there was a patch right next to Kashayar in the last match by his Rodder, and his SUV was sitting right next to it. And we're
Yeah,
like,
I misclicked that.
It was like one pixel off.
Oh, Termy, just go a little bit left. Just go a little bit left. Just do it, man. You want to. You want to. Oh.
I'm feeling it for Lucerne right now. It's going to be second cancel.
Up there? Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if
Tommy didn't see it. Yeah, Tommy didn't get to see it, so he's pulled back. Cyrus and Oticon neck and neck right now.
This is obvious. So this is a far more balanced game than last game, where top right kind of got worked over in the beginning. This is everybody, at least at this point, still has a chance.
Teo stuttering in hard, but Trigger is able to hold them back with those Marines there. Now here comes Tusaki, or Termy, and he does now get vision of that bunker just now.
But he doesn't cancel it. And he still hasn't scouted the pallet. He's gonna come. He's gonna come and get.
He's sitting on
he's gonna
1200
come and get a huge surround on these guys. This is gonna be big fucking points. For
Never goes
Termy.
down either. Yeah.
The Teo cutting him off as well. That was deadly for Oticon and Ricochet right there. Trigger dropping down a bunk in the tank spot there, playing it safe. Oh, is he going to see the mineral patch? He doesn't see it. He will in a second. There we go. There you go.
Whenever you get a mineral
Finally.
patch, it should show you how much it gives you, 50, and then there should also be a little.
Oh my
clock
God,
to show you how
Termy's
long
working,
it took.
and Trigger is going to be able to get a very good advantage here. That is good play right there.
What were you saying, GGI?
Whenever you get a mineral patch, it should tell you how much it gives you, and then it also should tell you how long it's been sitting on the map. Just so you
Which
can
one?
Yeah.
Termy, Suki Cage. Bars bar.
You know what?
Hold on,
every
I'm gonna get a drink
every
here.
minute it sits on the map, it should give you an extra 10 minerals or something.
It's actually not a terrible idea. The longer it goes, like it just slowly increases at like some exponential level rather than a linear level. Like yeah, it gets an extra 10% every minute or something.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So if you watch this back, you put that in DC5.
There he goes, Teo. Although that's going to just promote people to non-scout for minerals or hold out, so we can have it go the other way.
That'd be interesting. Put everything at like 150 and then downscale as time goes on. That'd also be interesting.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's good on the time scale as well. The first mineral patches that appear are always 50.
We're back, boys.
I agree.
Otherwise, 200 mineral advantage early on is pretty heavy.
But that'd be way too much. I mean, if you have a total score of 1,000, you get 200 minerals. You increase your score by 20% without having to do anything.
Yeah.
Displays a micro here from Termy though. I was just watching that engagement from Trigger a little bit more close up, just knowing when to drop back half of his line and whatnot. And that's the thing that really differentiates, the strong laners. It's just how they can manipulate their armies, almost in any situation or any form that they got.
But then the Merc on the Marines. Also, I wonder why this is probably just a small mistake. Trigger has his Marine bunker full, which is not right, obviously. But other than that, his 20 upgrades and everybody's still at 4. Everybody's pretty close to the same. Like he's not running away with it as far as upgrades this game so far.
Yeah, when we see the upgrade disparity, we're going to see a bigger one between Oticon and Cyrus right now. Cyrus sitting on 3 bunks, Oticon on 2.
But the 3 bunks is going to give the extra production that's going to be so big for Cyrus.
But
And
at
he's
the
not
same
merking.
time,
He's
Odecon's
not merking, so he's trading way better because Odecon's trading him double income. Oh, Termy, get that 100 minerals. Come on, man, you're killing me. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, much different game. We're 20 minutes into the game, and just about this time, we already had, who was it? Kurto that got eliminated in the last match, right? Just about the 20-something minute mark. So much different game.
Oh, I can't look at records?
No.
Oh, shit. Here comes
No,
Cyrus.
I mentioned that I like Zero build earlier. This is now the opposite of what I do. So at the beginning we were kind of matched up. Now it's the opposite. I love health regen. I think it's great. Better things. He's only at 2 at this point in the game. I'd be interested. Oh, now he jumps to 4. Hilarious. But I'd be interested in. Oh no, he's still at 2. I'd be wondering why he's deciding to neglect him.
Yeah, regen is very important. See, when your units get chopped down, it's because they're not regenning fast enough. And if you're going into a second battle, they're just going to die.
Yeah.
What do you guys
I'm not
think about
liking...
bottom right here? It seems like they have been concentrating on bottom left. We've been having this 2v2 on the top and bottom go here. I wonder why is Ricochet not engaging with Zateo as much?
Ricochet just picked up a 300 in minerals. Just by scouting a little bit.
I'm not sure about Odecon's play here. He's been doing really well, but he's got to cancel.
Oh,
there we go.
Trigger with the
Immediately
big
cancel.
play.
I think that was very risky for Odecon to drop that bunk. I think there's safer plays to go for Rords right now. No one. We're still 21 minutes in. No Rords have been thrown down. And there we go. There goes the Rords from Odecon. Much safer to play it there than take that expanded Reaper bunker. And he's sitting pretty well. I mean, Cyrus is only 100 ahead. And he's got the Merc advantage. And if he gets the Rords, even better.
Just saying, the minimap looks like a Venn diagram. Just saying. Like everybody has all one shield tower. Like, oh, and then this portion is over here, and then the center. Okay. The nerd in me came out. I'm sorry.
Looks like the 2 corners getting rods going on. Lucerne just throws down rods of his own. Meanwhile, Otacon is looking like he is going to complete his rods, basically uncontested. Kurto does spot the rods, calls it out right away, but it looks like nobody cares.
Nobody reacts. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, he actually played that very well. He said red Rords, which is a bit more intimidating than saying brown Rords.
I actually agree.
Very well played there. I think we're going to see Odecon shoot up in first place very soon after this exchange. I think his units are, having unmerked units is one thing, but sure, like you pay more, but if you've got the upgrade advantage as well, you definitely clean up. So I think you're going to see a bit more better trading here from Odecon to jump into first place.
Everyone's getting rods. I think.
I don't know. Cyrus has 2 Marines.
He always does.
But they're not
the 2
mercs.
Marines.
And
But
Otacon only has 8. Otacon only.
Sophie, you just cut out there mid-sentence.
Otacon only has 8 armor. His Marauders aren't upgraded properly. He's 12 attack.
I mean, it's fine, like, against unmerked Marines. They don't get that.
Yeah, I know, but he's still getting, this is still a great trade for Cyrus. Because
Zateo's
Cyrus
in
is
trouble
beating
here.
him.
I think Cyrus will probably drop there we go, he drops a Rord buck now to counter. Still, I don't think it's going to do him any well because I think Odecon's going to be focusing on ups right now. He's merked all of his bunkers, so it's going to be a very, very tough matchup there.
Zateo is able to complete the bunker. It looked like it was going to get canceled there with Termi kind of going cross-diagonal on the map position. But they are able to save it after all. And now we got 2 mineral patches that are along the top side of the map.
That just goes to show the trigger is not going down that side. There's no interest in that lane.
Somebody click the RCV and move it over there, please. Oh, hard.
All right, score check. We got Cyrus in first place. with, I'm sorry, 9,400 points. Otacon second place, 9,000 points. And Trigger third place, 8,700 points. Ricochet, bottom of the scoreboard with Luz at 5,500 points still.
So I think it's safe to say that Termi and Cyrus are the strongest team right now. Because Termi's the strongest out of the weaker players. The three weaker players. And
combined score, they're sitting at 16,000 in first place. Yep.
They're 18,000 combined score.
What that means in Pro League matches, as we're finding out, that means you're just the first to die.
Yeah. Wait for the inevitable 62.
It's coming.
So note about, I don't want to seem like I'm picking on Zato here, but he has 10 speed and 4 regen.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, with Broads as well, I mean, you want to get Stim Pack. You've got to get regen. It's just...
He loves that stutter step, though. Man, he is so good at that stutter step.
How does his hands move so fast? Or the free 200 if he scouts one square over.
Right in front of his bunker.
He doesn't have vision of
200?
it. That's hilarious.
It's literally one like pixel away from. Oh, now you can see. You should acknowledge it's there.
Yep.
And he's going to get 200 for it as well. Cyrus gets his Broads down. That's going to help against Otakon for sure. Zateo comes in and cuts off Trigger.
Ricochet is getting demolished. He's so far behind in score. The only person he could possibly trade with right now is Luther.
Yeah, I think if he combines, if they get their timing right, that bunk is really vulnerable to a 2v1, and Zateo's not really focusing on Ricochet at the moment. He's off doing other things. I think now is probably the time, unless Termi comes down and helps out, which he does, but there could be a push here.
I think this is going to be great money. This is great money for... And I think he's going to pass Zateo pretty soon. Termi has 1,800 in the bank. 2K in the bank. 2K in the bank for Termi right now.
I don't know what he's saving
for a bunk? Yeah. Like...
No, he's gonna get splash damage without a tank.
Yes. New meta.
He actually, speaking of which,
no, he's dropping a marine bunker. He's dropping a marine bunker right now.
Trigger game sense. Oh, I was gonna say Trigger's game sense just immediately scouts it out, but he has to pull back.
Well, no, that's because Otacon said help. Sorry, top left can't come for the phone right now.
I was in the middle of my screen while typing that too. Like, he was engaged in a battle, decided to type it out, and other than a capital S, that was like correct sentence structure. He had a comma and it was spelled correctly. Like, good for you, dude.
Priorities with APM.
Oh my god, the tank!
look at that, Cyrus.
Oh my god.
Look at that politics right now. That was amazing.
He called it out early enough, but there are not...
Termi needs to come. I'm pretty sure Termi still has his nuke.
No.
Yeah, Ricochet
no left in the game.
Far behind. Where's his? Both SCVs for bottom right should be physically like attached to the tank.
We got a counter here from Cyrus.
Yeah, he's building his own tank, and they're gonna break this.
Oh,
they're gonna break this.
Ricochet goes and sieges. Oh, survives.
But great play from Termi and Cyrus is gonna keep them alive. I'm gonna key in on this fight and just really focus in on it. Cyrus and Termi still staying ahead in score.
Hold on a second. We could see as a tail bunk drop here.
Yeah.
If Loose Theron comes down, then Trigger could definitely take that bunk out.
Yeah, here they come.
Here comes the push. Zateo will lose that bunk. There's no way that they can defend that. And we'll probably see a switch now as well. We'll see Trigger probably go down and help out now that Loose Theron gets a bit of a cooldown on those units.
Should type something about it.
Termi's starting to get as strong as Otacon.
He's going to lose this tank right now.
Yeah, that's a super dead tank.
He's got to push that back.
With 2 turrets.
He's got to push that back. Oh no, Otacon throws it down the turret.
Here's Cyrus's tank.
Good job, Cyrus. Target.
They're not in range, they're just borderline.
Barely outside range.
But yeah, Ricochet
Gotta back
does
up.
be back there, yeah. Trigger coming down to help though.
We're now a fair bit ahead of bottom left as far as
This bunk is Cyrus's tank might get sniped. All on bot left. They're calling it.
They have by far and away the highest combined score.
Yeah, by far. And now they have the tank. They can really push it.
Coming. He's marking his bunkers now, getting ready for it.
Koto also has a tank sitting there defensively. I'm not sure if Trigger's going to want to push onto that. Seeing that there's
Here comes
tanks all around.
Cyrus's tank. This is it.
What do you think?
He's gonna be in range.
Do you want to push this tank out like that when you know that they're politicking for the 60?
Yes, you do. You want
risky.
to kill this team as soon as possible.
Yeah, but it's pretty risky at the same time if they do come. But you know, Trigger did say that he can't go down and help. So
Pick up a little if you're out of con.
Here's the GG call, which is
it's interesting that the bunk's in range, but the tank is not. That's really good positioning by Cyrus there.
Is actually godlike positioning.
Yeah, it's
just like
right-
fucking
right
perfect.
here
So
comes
200
Trigger.
mineral patch behind Ricochet.
Trigger's coming down, and Cyrus pushes the tank back. This is the time for Ricochet to potentially move his tank forward.
So he doesn't get caught in the exact same position.
Yeah.
Too late.
Trigger asking for Zateo to back off.
I just don't think Zateo wants to see Trigger win another game.
We're in a tough spot.
Here we
If
go, he
anybody
comes
else
a push.
dies-
Oh, that's terrible. Tank gets
Here
blocked.
comes
Ricochet pushes
here
his
comes
tank.
Rico's tank.
It's
Oh,
going to
that's
get
so
trapped
out of
there.
position.
So bad. Yeah,
Oticon
that's
needs to
bad.
go back now.
Trigger's the only one that can save this tank.
The Taylor's going to push Trigger back potentially.
That tank does not have splash.
Trigger this does.
It's just there.
Oh, it's dead. It's so
Trigger's
dead.
Trigger has either Trigger saves us or it's dead. Yeah.
Oticon needs to stay there and stutter in. They need to stutter into that army.
Might survive.
Oh my god!
Stutter!
100, 600. Where's the SCV? Repair it, bro. There you go.
Wow.
What's his building
Wow.
armor?
Oh
1. Okay, so
my
building armor is the
goodness.
plants over onto the tank. He needs to throw like 50. Get him an upgrade into building armor, but it's gonna get rest here with the SCV.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, building.
And Zateo is coming cross map. Oh, but Luz Theron's gonna aggro him.
Again, Ricochet. I know you can see it, bro. It's been there for about 5-6 minutes now. You can do it, brother.
He does see it. Yep, he sees it
sees it
completely
now.
now.
Yeah, I think his SCV was just
Listening?
busy repairing.
Yeah, yeah. Microing that tank was really important.
He had to bring his full army to come pick it up.
So I reckon there's going to be a push down here, but I don't know how it's be against tank. He does have splash damage on it. It's going to hurt.
Cyrus
Definitely
has
gonna
flash now?
Yep.
Cyrus does. Yeah, they can't engage. It's just
Yeah.
or at least around the tank.
They need a run. And their bunkers are exposed for the tank push.
So building tank number 2.
I don't believe that
Here comes
Cyrus.
Trig. Here comes Trig.
I know Cyrus is going to push that
Here
tank.
comes Trig and Brown. And oh,
Bunk
that's a
is
dead
gone.
Termi bunker.
Check out this
Immediate-
tank.
oh my-
If Oticon goes right now, that tank is dead. Here we go. That bunk is
Oh,
dead,
no.
as well as Termi's bunk.
Nope, bunker.
Dead.
Termi's bunk gets saved.
Bunk survives. Tank
Let's
goes.
Needs
That
to throw
hurts.
just as a backup and the tank dies. Cyrus overstems.
That really hurts when you invest 2,000 on splash damage and you don't have a tank.
He
to
is
use.
yelling at Termi right now. Cyrus is like
Player.
Hundo yelling at Termi.
I think it's better that they lose a tank over Termi's bunk at the moment because he's only got 3. I think it would have hurt him a lot more against Trigger.
We need the
And
tower and the
Termi
upgrade
can
the
beat
bunkers.
Trigger in fights.
Good man. Team Micro's right, it's dead.
He's got the upgrades to do it.
Well, Termy's going to lose a bunk right now. There is no surviving here. Cyrus is coming back, but it's a little too late.
Did preemptively throw a turret, and even then it still doesn't might do it.
Yeah, because Trigger won't attack move. He'll actually click on the bunk. Ricochet pinging to go and attack. Yep, on that rotor bunk. Tank is not in range, or is it? It is, and he throws a turret to get the vision of the tank. Very good play there by Ricochet. They're gonna get this, and I don't think the Trigger will let up. That score on first and second place is just too far at this point. I don't think they feel like they've done enough damage. But here comes Kurdo. Oticon pulls back. Cyrus loses a bunker, but Ricochet's got to pull that tank back ASAP because he cannot engage with Cyrus right now. He's just way too behind the score.
Yeah, but meanwhile, Trigger
Overspin crazy.
trying to get that water bunker sniped out there, so it does allow Ricochet enough time to retreat.
That's dead. That's a snipe.
Look at this Kurdo. Kurdo tank is potentially... No, it's going to survive. It's going to be close, but it will live.
1,000. Yep, it lives.
Cyrus is super dead.
What is Trigger doing? Okay, a little too aggressive. A little aggressive there. Cyrus goes from worst. Yeah, from first to worst.
And Trigger and Lose are going to win again.
He's sitting on 1700. I reckon as soon as he moves his tank out of the way, he's dropping down another one. I think tanks is the way he needs to go to play defensively and hold those two bunkers before expanding.
I agree, so for the top left is in the best spot, and it's tough for both bottom left and bottom right to figure out the top left is in such a dominant spot when everybody basically needs a 6v2 right now.
I think the way to actually tell that is that Trigger's now second place, so when you see his score climbing that fast, you just got to know that something's going on that's not right.
And Trigger is massive.
He's up right there.
Look at Kirby's forward meme supply depot.
In the bank of Trigger. Key for your deposit.
Sitting at 100 supply, much like you last game, stuff, except I think he's got the production to resupply faster than 5 minutes.
Oh my god, Base Trade TV is going to host Puck, and then Puck's going to... That's huge. That means he's going to go up, to like 2,000 viewers.
Deadly for Termy, still hasn't filled that bunker.
Yeah, and he wasn't completely cut off from it. I know that was mainly Cyrus' units there, but did not fill the bunker.
Yeah, that should have been the first thing. If he actually got units in both bunkers, he may have been able to survive a little bit longer with his units, but he will lose that bunker again.
Cyrus able to save his bunker from Oticon there because it's not looking good. It makes him very well.
Basically all on top left right now, otherwise RIP. Yeah, I agree with that message. Like, what is everybody doing?
Yeah, you got Luz just sitting back there waiting for Kurdo, and they're pretty much neck and neck in score. I don't think that they can really do much, but if Sateo pushes as well, that top side's going to get run down.
I could go for it with 2 tanks with Splash if you wanted to kind of make a little bit of a push, kind of obviously be like, hey Zito, we're going to do this, but kind of defensive positioning right now.
So Termy's sitting at 3k right now. I think he knows he's going to die, and he might be holding it to give to Cyrus and being a sacrificial lamb. So people let up on him. I think Oticon and Ricochet need to, instead of damaging top right, need to focus on top left right now.
Zateo loses his bunker at top right. Oticon and Ricochet pushing it hard. Zateo's reduced back down to, can you guys guess how many bunkers? 3 bunkers.
And count them on one hand, I'm sure of that.
So I'm not sure what Termy spent his money on, but he just spent $3,000. He may have
maxed out.
No,
he maxed out. He fully maxed out on upgrades.
Yeah.
He wasn't max armor, and he wasn't max regen. So he just maxed out his regen and his armor.
One thing I'd note on that is that, you know, he could have done the upgrades before he hit 3,000. If he spent it quicker, it would have helped him out in some of these trades. Cyrus's tank there is going to help out for sure. He's getting a good
I have a
feed.
third here.
Yeah, turret does get thrown. I think another one definitely needs to go down. Yeah, they're going to lose that tank. It's going to hurt.
Bottom left's just really in a tough spot when Trigger keeps coming down, and top right can't take advantage when they're not home because Kurto's just a little bit behind.
Aggressive bunker there from Trigger, but Termi does not see it, does not have it in position.
Trigger's running away with his game.
I agree.
So when I said that they were first place and first to die, starting to kind of come to fruition here.
Yeah.
Success management in this game, man.
More because of the beastliness of Trigger, though.
Trigger is up to 110 supply. I mean, he is almost double that of Cyrus. And
he's first place now.
Of Termi. In terms of supply count, literally double of Termi right now.
I will +1 to that. If you don't take out red now, you do lose.
Can confirm.
Yeah, I think Ricochet and Oticon really need to focus somewhere else. Ricochet's built his second tank. He's probably not too interested in these units right now, but they really need to do something. Termi's going to lose that one.
Bottom left dies, then top left. Like immediately.
Yep. Cyrus's tank is probably going to get cancelled right now as well. There needs to be a switch.
Cyrus is just going to die. Cyrus is dead.
So,
They're going to
bottom left
Cyrus
is dead.
first while Termi's on one bunker.
For information, I want to say Ricochet was wondering out loud after the last game why nobody said anything. Oh yeah, kill off. Well, I think I see that Trigger has it.
Because he
Trigger
can.
has it. Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
It's interesting they're not saying anything.
Trigger not looking at finishing him off. He doesn't want to kill anyone yet. He straight for that bunker, but instead just plays around a bit. He's going to take Cyrus out now. He's not sure whether he should do it. He's just
playing around. I think he's literally just playing around.
He doesn't want to do it. He wants probably lose to get bigger and maybe expand. You can see his expansion coming out. He's got his second SCV. First one to get a second SCV.
No, he's expanding now. He's going to wait for himself to get a little bit bigger, some more supply, and then finish him off. He knows that bottom right is just a little bit laser locked on top right.
And I think that was the purpose. I mean, they're probably talking about it now, and that's probably why Luz went in and cut in there just to see what was going on, just to scout it out. And I think he's ready.
Sure could have pulled a Sofa King and built a sensor tower on Cyrus's main bunker.
Oh, and that's a dead tank.
This is over.
Not enough armor. One building armor. That tank went down extremely fast for Reaper attacks.
Because says, get ready, he's huge.
Now, get ready, he's huge. Yes.
But
the PSA was announced earlier.
You think?
The score said it all. I mean, he's just taken an AK lead from first place, and you had bottom left die. I think it's pretty well dead giveaway. But here comes Kurto pushing 2 tanks right now. If Trigger comes up, they're going to be in trouble. I think they're
he's going for the Rudder bunker! Oh!
Great
Kurto
move
moves his
there
tanks back.
by Trigger. Great move by Trigger there. And I think Trigger is in a position where he can just keep doing that. As Kurto moves out, they just come and nail something from over here.
Somebody name a way in which top left loses this game, other than disconnects.
I think eventually,
they can
get outexpanded. If Trig at any point loses his army, and these guys are and bottom right's fully supplied on him, I don't see him holding. Like if they start to bleed bunkers.
Yeah,
as soon as they bleed bunkers.
Too spread. If Zateo and Kurto do a good push here on Luz, and he's going to.
Oh my God, Luz is going to lose his whole army here. Luz is losing his whole army here. Trigger's coming with.
Yeah, to kill the 2 tanks.
Those tanks are all dead
right now.
Those tanks are all dead, but they're hitting Trigger. I don't know what the fuck Ricochet is doing, but they could have gotten so much more done if Ricochet was here. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, look at that split.
I wonder if he puts those army members in a different control group. If he doesn't, it's incredible. If he doesn't, that would be also incredible.
No, at that point it was there, and then he 1-8, and the ones that were engaged kept engaging.
Double mid bunker build, pretty good unit.
Yeah, I don't think that top right can take on. Here comes another tank from Kurto.
this point, I just don't see how they lose. Again, other than disconnect.
I don't know. I think that top right is definitely doing something good. It's definitely not completely over yet, but I do think it's going to be hard for Trigger to lose here.
If top right had 4 tanks rather than 1, I could see it. Also,
well, bottom right also has it.
Ricochet needs to go and take out those supply depots, like right now. There's no point him engaging in these battles. His units are too weak. He needs to go around the back and let Otakon take the army one-on-one.
Should scout with his SCV, just like literally left click below, like the bottom left square, and then left click at the top left square, and he'll immediately see the supply and then realize that it's open.
No, Ricochet's got 20 attack, man. He's got good enough upgrades.
No, I'm saying he should scout it. Like, I'm not even convinced he knows it. Let's see.
Yeah, he does.
Here we go.
He's got to go.
He doesn't know it's there.
He now sees the supply depots. This is what he should be going for.
I agree. Expanding probably has to be a tank. Like, that almost has to be a tank. That's the only way he needs to work.
I'm surprised Trigger just doesn't make like one tank and fucking win.
No, he's going SCB build. He's going to turret push somewhere very soon.
Yeah. Oh, it looks like he's kind of starting the push on. No, this is just a mid hold.
Yeah,
so he can help out over here.
Look at the split here. He's holding down there. He's got to rally the top right, trying to.
Now he's really pushing.
SCVs too.
They're really pushing.
Vito in the middle of this had units in that bunker that just died. Yeah, that's crazy.
Now he's trying to just. Well, it looks like he was just trying to.
I think it's dead.
Top right, but easily down the top right.
Kurto's tank survives, but Ricochet's dies.
Looks like he's doing the turret push right now.
Yeah, if you get all the tanks out of the play, you can go nuts with your turrets. And he's sitting on 2k in the bank, he can afford to do it. And I think he's got 3 SCVs at the moment.
He's just going to keep expanding.
So now that this game's over, Drac, how's Hawaii?
I leave tomorrow. So I'll be
You haven't been to Hawaii yet?
Not yet. I leave tomorrow. I'll be out next Saturday. So you guys will be hosting it yourself.
The voice's zone control's not going to be around. That's cool.
No.
30 minutes remaining pretty soon. Not that I think these teams can make it last to 30 minutes.
Trigger, be a real man and take every single square that isn't currently available, including the middle 3 on the right. Just go ahead and do it.
That'd be
Just fuck it, just do it. Throw some turrets, we got it, bro.
Oh my god! Blue Terrans just got Kurto's tank.
I missed
That really sets them back. They can't do anything now. Trigger can do turret. I think Trigger should focus his turret pushes on top right because they're a lot weaker.
Top right had 3 or 4 tanks. I'm not saying it could happen, but this fight is completely different. Like this, a good job by Zito throwing all these turrets. Trigger can respond with a bunch of. Oh, you got this. That's nice. I'm not saying. Goes down. I'm not saying it's over.
Bottom right needs to be going right now. Bottom right needs to be
right now.
They need to be punishing this.
Yep, Otacon's going to push on this bunker. On that supply. But even taking a bunker down from Trigger right now is not really doing much damage to him.
Too much. Wonder, Zito has 2,200 in the bank. I wonder if he's saving for a nuke. It kind of feels like the only way that you could wipe the army at this point.
Yeah, but it's going to resupply in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, real fast.
Much I can do. There goes Kurto's bunker.
The drop.
Yep, and there goes the last order of the opposing teams.
Did you guys say 30 minutes?
Just came out now.
I'm not. Fortunately, it looks like I'm not impressed.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to matter. I think this game's over.
No one's a freaking ref. Who hosted this so far? Typical so far.
Hey, what is the fly ever taken in a professional game? Because Trigger has 255.
There's no limit. You can max it.
I'm saying, what's the highest in a pro game?
This is up there.
265 now?
I've had more than this. The game that I literally had everything, I had the skin, but I didn't have tanks and I lost because they had tanks.
Pro game.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I had Tateo on my. Oh no, I can't remember.
What's the theoretical max? Like, if you had one bunk, the entire rest of the map, other than the other bunk for the person still in the game, was upgraded supply. Is it like 500 or 600? This is just theory crafting at this point. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Here should be a boss and hit slash and then dance and then type it in all chat and just. I didn't do it, bro.
Does it do it in this?
I don't know, dude. Does it?
He's just holding his
Cheer?
thought
Can
it
you
was
do
a wow.
cheer?
I thought that was a WoW thing.
Good.
GG.
Getting, a good game early.
Yeah, that was a
Sure,
really good
the
game.
best.
So far, I'll just say that we were both wrong, but you said that bottom right was going to be out first, and guess what? Your team got out first.
Yeah. They did
Can't win 'em all.
that. 62 too strong.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that was it for game 2. We got one more game of the night coming up for game 3. Stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Getting those SCV snipes on SCV snipes.
There's also nukes to protect this bunker.
This is going to look bad for Oticon here. Here comes Ricochet nukes to help out. Not the best nuke in terms of money, but definitely needed to happen to get Oticon to get his second bunk down.
There's a Holocaust.
Trigger.
Was that an attempt at a nuke snipe right there that just did not go the way he wanted?
Trigger nuke?
What do you guys
I'm not
think
liking.
bottom right here? It seems like they have been concentrating on bottom left. We've been having this 2v2 on the top and bottom go here. I wonder why is Ricochet not engaging with Tateo as much?
Ricochet just picked up a 300 in minerals. Just by scouting a little bit.
I'm not sure about Oticon's play here. He's been doing really well, but he's got to cancel.
Oh,
There we go.
Trigger with the
Immediately
big
triple.
play.
Bunk out.
Yeah, here
Here
they
we go.
come.
Here comes the push. Tateo will lose
Going
that
down.
bunk. There's no
Teamwork.
way that they can defend that. And we'll probably see a switch now as well. We'll see Trigger probably go down and help out now that Lucianaran gets a bit of a cooldown on those units.
Just should type something about
Termi's
it.
actually.
Have more bunkers.
Termi's starting to get as
Ricochet
strong
will
as
lose.
Oticon.
The Tateo's going to push Trigger back potentially.
That tank does not have slash.
This does.
It's just there.
Oh, it's dead. It's so dead.
Trigger has either Trigger saves us or it's dead. Yeah.
Oticon needs to stay there and stutter in. They need to stutter into that army.
Might
Oh my
survive.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Stutter!
600. Where's the SCV? Repair it, bro. There you go.
Wow.
What's his building tank number 2?
I don't believe that
Here comes
Cyrus.
Trig. Here comes Trig.
I know. Cyrus is gonna push that
Here
tank.
comes Trig and Brown. And oh,
Bunk
that's a
is
dead
gone.
Termi bunker.
Check out this
Immediate-
tank.
almost-
If Oticon goes right now, that tank is dead. Here we go. That bunk is
Oh,
dead,
no.
as well as Termi's bunk.
Nope, bunker.
Dead.
Termi's bunk gets saved.
Bunk survives. Tank
Let's
goes.
Needs
That
to throw it
hurts.
just as a backup and the tank dies.
I think it's better that they lose a tank over Termi's bunk at the moment because he's only got 3. I think it would have hurt him a lot more against Trigger.
We need the
And
Termi
can beat Trigger in fights.
Team Micro's already dead.
He's got the upgrades to do it.
Well, Termi's going to lose a bunk right now. There is no surviving here. Cyrus is coming back, but it's a little too late. Lead for Termi still hasn't filled that bunker.
And he wasn't completely cut off from it. I know that was mainly Cyrus' units there, but he did not fill the bunker.
Yeah, that should have been the first thing. If he actually got units in both bunkers, he may have been able to survive a little bit longer with his units, but he will lose that bunker again.
Cyrus able to save his bunker from Otacon there because it's not looking good. And they can very well bunker too.
Right now, I think he knows he's going to die, and he might be holding it to give to Cyrus and being a sacrificial lamb. So people let up on him. I think Otacon and Ricochet need to, instead of damaging top right, need to focus on top left right now.
Zateo loses his bunker at top right. Otacon and Ricochet pushing it hard. Zateo is reduced back down to, can you guys guess bunkers?
Oh,
Or
maybe
no,
she
it does
saved
not
it.
go
Saved
down.
it.
Holy. That was so close to death. But meanwhile, it looks like Zateo is going to get eliminated from this matchup. Bunker is in the orange. It's now in the red. Zateo's calling dead. And GG for top left Zateo. Yeah, I think so. I think what they're counting on is if they can eliminate top left, it's automatically going to force a 4v2 against bottom left. I think that's their plan. Look at how close that bunker was to death, getting pushed back. Otacon and Kurto going for the tank snipe.
Oh,
They're
no.
going to
He's
get
gonna
the
lose that
tank.
Huge. It's game changing right there.
Exactly.
Honestly,
Oh, but Cyrus is maybe going to be able to get that bunker up because everyone's pushing towards middle right now.
Great cut
That was
there
a great
from Otacon and Cyrus. A little bit overextension though, it looks like. Oh my gosh. Like if they get
Are
the
they going
SCV
to be able
snipe.
to get the SCV?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, we are back for the third and final game of the night. We got our returning champions for the first two games joining us again, Trigger and Luz Theron. We're going to be eager to see if they can take home all these matches there, undefeated. We got Cyrus the Virus, Ricochet, Otacon, and Sofa, and Cash IR and Zateo jumping into the game right now.
Jump down to casting with him.
Yep, we are. Alrighty. Just calling out the top player positions. We got top left, Trigger and Luz. Top right, we have Sofa and Otacon spawning in that position. Bottom right, we have Cash IR and Zateo. And then bottom left, we have Ricochet and Cyrus the Virus.
Well, it's real easy to say that top left is going to win, given they've lost a total of, let's see, 0 games tonight. So, so they have to be favorite. Sofa obviously very good versus Luz. That should be a fun lane to watch. Trigger versus Ricochet. That should be interesting, of course. Man, it's hard to say anybody else is going to win, given the dominance we've seen out of top left so far tonight.
A strong team, and just the right balance of team. Luz definitely knows how to play with Trigger, allow him to, roam around the map. And as Sofa was saying, doing some damage on him too. Him being able to take out Kurto's tank in that last game just basically eliminated any doubt in the mind.
For the good early engagement versus Ricochet. Jumps up the leaderboard, I'm sure. Bit of a Trigger hiding their CV. Trigger's got it right in the middle so he can have a little bit of vision. Usually a good thing.
Teo coming up. Trigger elected to go with 3 armor this game. Meanwhile, getting cut from Ricochet right here.
Ricochet's gonna get. Yeah, this happened 2 minutes ago. Ricochet was just a little bit overextended, and Trigger has really good micro, and he's punished. Oh, he had it. Trigger had the SCV snipe. I don't even think it matters at this point. Yeah, man. There goes the entire army.
And the SCV.
First decides to nuke Zito, nice and early. To acknowledge, Trigger still has his nuke and is effectively 600 and change ahead of Ricochet. We are 4 minutes into the game. Tough spot. Try and come back from a spot like that.
Yeah, he just wants to take it out with go out with a bang, so to speak.
This is, if I'm bottom left, and it's hard to put this together in the middle of the game, I almost think a lot of the time it's optimal to dump into Cyrus, as he has a little bit more maneuverability. It's very boring, obviously, to both dump and then play defensively, but I think that some of the time should be considered by bottom left, given spot the trigger. He's going to get his whole army watch again.
Yeah, poor Ricochet, and I'm curious to see the match lineup, because Cyrus and Ricochet do play a lot of cup games together too. They should work really well as a team here, but going against a juggernaut that his trigger is a tough one. I'm sure Ricochet was like, oh man, okay, this is what I rolled. This is what it's going to be. Otacon was that 5? Yeah, 5 attacks for Otacon right now.
Down to the bank, still safe. Somebody, I think Ricochet nuke triggers army probably got about 30 supplies, so not too terrible. Got his own SCV, which is funny. Ricochet. Okay, good. So he almost got his whole army cut again, but he ended up getting backed out. Not too bad.
Great micro there from Mateo.
I agree.
Cyrus's army. Just the right balance of dropping people back, shifting forward. I'm jealous when I see that happen. It's easier said than done when you're in the heat of the moment.
Zito with the old school build, the 12127. The type of shit I was doing when I was like 900 ELO, except he's obviously more capable than I was.
He went 10 speed kind of early last game too, and I didn't see him in the early game. I wonder if he had a very similar...
Good Cyrus. TV and then just take it off. This is hard not to do. Again, this is one of those things that I do, and I'm just like, after I do, I'm just like, but walking all the way over, if you're Ricochet, you walk all the way up to trigger, unless you have some sort of extreme advantage, he's ahead, and then B, he's always going to reinforce faster than you're able to just due to the distance.
Yeah,
so it kind of
disparity from it too.
Yeah,
so
man. Ugh.
Those early trades allow Trigger to get the upgrades and get basically what, second expansion down? Yeah, just slightly under Otacon there. Retreat the SCV back. Very smart. That way the SCV don't get picked off, and you can be in a position to nuke if Cyrus comes to help.
Pretty nitty as far as talking. I think this is a great spot for Ricochet to call out Trigger's expansion. And it'd be one of the things where if those other players of the game react, I mean, you kind of get what you want out of it, but man, he's going to get it down effectively uncontested. He pulls the SCV nukes, and that'll cap that bump.
Who nuked that?
Who did? Pulled it off while he's building, nuked it, and went right back to building.
Got it.
Good shit.
Very quick. Yeah, I think if they would have called it out, even though it was a Reaper bunker, after the first 2 games, people would have responded to that.
Actually, I think it would be correct. Not only would they have responded, but I think it would have been correct for everybody just immediately to go top left. Maybe not to cancel it, but to delay it a little bit, just because of the given situation. Trigger out in front, Otacon not too far behind, Sofa King right there as well.
Nuke going right down next to the bunker. Cheshire's bunker surviving.
That's in an earlier game. I really like if Cass throws, if he's thinking, just throw 25 into bunker regen and kind of help that thing slowly while you're building. Obviously, it's going to gain health, but then also regen the health that was lost. He's not going to get pressured, so it would be irrelevant to do so at this point. But seeing pressure on Luz. Oh, this is getting nuked. Oh, he nuked half of his own army though, which is kind of tough. And then Luz got a nuke off immediately. Pretty quick reactions given his SCV was dead, and then he was able to pull the nuke. That's probably enough to protect. Fight if he has the money, and he does try to throw a turret. Nope, won't have to. Good job saving the money. Keep it in the bank, let it expand.
Got much quieter in the streamcasting channel as opposed to last game there, right?
We went from a party and now like everybody kind of passed out, so it's like I'm stuck running around the house cleaning up after everybody, and it's like real quiet. It's like, well, step over this body. Okay, turn this cup back over this way. That's what happens, and it's all out my stuff. I don't drink, so I did that a shit ton in college, but got $5 here and there for DD, and so I paid my way through college.
Oh, poor Ricochet. It looks like Zateo and Kashayar push in. They might be able to cancel that bunker, but meanwhile, Kashayar is forced to come back here from Otacon. And it might be... No, it's
Help
not
Trigger.
a saving grace. Oh no, Trigger's down here now too.
Joe helping indirectly Trigger. Yeah. Ricochet there just only furthers Trigger's one game.
Yeah, that is not good for bottom left. Alright, going on the score check, we got, Silpha in first place, 2,900, Trigger 2,700, Otacon 2,500, and Team 4 last 1,500, 1,200 apiece there. Bottom left not feeling so good in this matchup.
Top right doing really, really well. Otacon right there with the top two, and then Sofa King out in first.
Silpha
See if we
definitely
can take advantage of it.
got some pressure going on Luke's back bunker here. It's still nothing filled. What do you think? Did they drop a turret here, or are they just feeding? Alright.
This is tough. This is tough to play optimally. If, especially when Otacon comes over, you're kind of just running into the bunker. At a certain, it's one of those things where if everybody has full supply and the other team that you're trying to snipe their bunker is like out of position, you can snipe it. But this early, you're kind of just going to speed in a little bit. But yeah, early trades are usually mutually beneficial, so it's not too bad.
I like how Silpha says how can he. It's kind of right. I mean, look at Ricochet's upgrades. 2, 4, 2, 3, 4. And Trigger's in at 8, 9, 9, 6, 4, 5 after all of the cancels. Actually, did he have only one cancel, or was it 2 cancels?
I think it was, I saw one, it may have been 2 though.
He's sitting at about 800. Cyrus going Merc again. Goes Cyrus in the Merc.
Return of Fred. I actually think some of the time it's optimal. Man, Ricochet's army just gets washed up so fast for Trigger. It almost might be optimal, and I hate to say this is a strategy because it's... But for Ricochet to transfer everything to Cyrus and then leave as a strategy. I don't want to advocate for that, but it almost seems optimal in this spot given how far behind he is relative to his lane.
Yeah, unfortunately, we looked down on that one in the league rules and whatnot.
Okay, good. Yeah, definitely nothing. His upgrade's very good. Cyrus's upgrade's a little bit behind. Trigger out in first, although Sofa is right there, so those two are kind of trading first place back and forth. They're close between Luz and Sofa. He's just got the Merc behind him to have a little more health, have a little more damage, a little more armor, that type of thing. Take advantage of what he has when he goes over and fights.
For Ricochet, he needs to get this other bunker up here. I mean,
Win for losing.
The sad
Lose
thing
for
is
winning.
it's just a feeding fest for Trigger in the meantime, so I think Zateo was pretty smart there, trying to at least give a little bit of aid and let Rico get that bunker up.
In the middle of the, I assume, trigger lag? Yeah, trigger lag. So if I would say a little bit too aggressive, and then immediately backs off.
Team's coming down from Kashayar there.
Let's go ahead and go after Cyrus.
I guess he saw the shield tower start and said, hey, he's going to be building there.
It's kind of passive. Go ahead.
We still got tail of the top going on right now. Trigger first place, 5,700 points. Sofa with 5,100 points. Same with Otacon right now. So top right looking pretty strong together, which if history is anything to tell us, that means I'm going to call it out. Top right wants to die right now. But people might be a little jaded on top left at the moment.
Yeah, attacking top right and allowing top left to win might just be not exactly optimal, but it might be the way it goes.
Not a good strategy.
Throwing down another bunk, giving the Cyrus here. Cyrus has about 820 in the bank. I assume he's going to be able to save up for another bunk. Probably what he's looking to do here.
Hey, with this forward shield tower, and Cyrus just does not care, looking for the trade. And it looked like his bunker. I don't think he actually started it that first time. That or Zateo got the cancel, and I did not see it. Rod's going down for top left here. That should be called out just about immediately. Otacon has vision. Same as up obviously now, but no call out. There it is.
Yes.
And Cash does not care.
Oh, top left rudder, great. Gonna go attack bottom left. See you.
Yeah, that seems a little weird. That's just a little weird.
Given the history of the night, it is a little odd that didn't earn a reaction.
Yeah.
So, exactly. Kind of exactly what I was thinking there. Like, yeah, it's just one of those things where, I'm not saying it's a throw, but it just puts them in a really, really good spot to take advantage of the late game. This has 6 range. Sofa has 12 range, which makes it his highest upgrade, which is basically right at the inflection point of having 2 lines of units being able to attack at the same time versus lose single lines. So that could be a huge advantage moving forward. First kind of being suppressed by Zito. I was assuming earlier that he wanted to go ahead and bunk up. He's got 400 in the bank. Spending on upgrades. Yeah, he's just kind of playing off one bunk, which is a tough spot, especially 20 minutes into the game.
Yeah, he was trying to get that second Marine. Just bottom right will not let them.
We're deciding to mark his forward Marine bunker. Just wanted the extra health on the bunker. He did a really great job of cutting off Sofa. I'm telling you right now, Trigger is Swag Blanket. He has like the tilde key and he clicks it and then shit just happens.
If that was a 200 mineral, it just like popped. All I saw was plus 200. I was like, what was that? There's getting lucky, just blind luck, like winning the lottery, and then there's putting yourself in the position to get lucky. I would argue Trigger's doing the latter. He's doing a really good job of dominating the map, having more vision than anybody else, and when you get spots like that, you end up having 200 pop up right under you. Man, 11, 14, and 10 right now. That's great. Otacon up there as well, though, but everyone else a little bit down. Glad to see Ricochet snag that 200. Bottom left needs all the help they can get right now. And it looks
literally
like
about
Cyrus might be able to get his bunker.
Looks like he's finally gonna be able to throw that down. 200 given Ricochet's relative score is like high 7, low 8% increase in his score, which is not exactly what you want to hear. Work by Cyrus, gonna lose a bit of his army but protect the bunker.
Meanwhile, it looks like Kashire will be able to take care of the rod side. And Lou's doing a good job just holding right now.
It's probably because they're starved, but bottom left is the only team that doesn't have a sensor tower. I don't recall if they've actually even built a sensor tower at all in this game. If it did, it got killed, obviously. So a little bit less information, a little bit less money.
Right, I hope Luke is pinging for help now because they're both on him. Turret is down. They are going for that Reaper bunker. 15,000 health left on that bunker there out of 50,000. A little bit of trigger lag. I don't know.
Well, actually,
it does go down. All right.
Shit,
A bit of a saving grace there.
If anybody but Trigger said that, I'd be like, okay, now they're making excuses. But given it's Trigger, that's probably the truth.
Yeah, after playing with Trigger and seeing his perspective and ping and watching his first-person view on the stream we published, I'm like, oh man, I can never complain about lag ever again in my whole life.
So
and
brutal.
I don't like him for that. That was my go-to coach.
Yeah, there's been a mineral and much, but the mineral patch not kill me. But it's one of those things where I'm just going to acknowledge that top right and bottom right haven't fought each other. Otherwise, that patch would have been gotten, I don't know, 10 minutes ago. So it's just been kind of like a parallel battle here, where bottom left, bottom right, top left, been fighting each other. A little bit of crossing in the middle, of course, but.
I'm saying go. Cash IR breaks right away.
Which was correct. No, I don't think anybody has their nuke left. I think everybody's, yeah. Where it is, might be under. Oh no, there it is. So there are no nukes left. Acknowledge that at this point, though. That's probably 10 minutes gone by.
Interesting bunker from Sateo. Second Reaper bunker. I think he's doing that just as a fortified position. They're very committed to bottom left. They are right on that.
Goes over, tries to kind of split off and cut off Trigger and lose. When I do this in game, I kind of like bringing my SCV behind and put it in the sensor tower. It allows you to have permanent vision rather than like reoccurring vision as your army walks by it. Also, small side note, it's really, in my opinion, optimal if you do so to put the SCV on hold position. If you don't, your army will actually scoot it out of the way, and some of the time you lose that advantage. If you put it on hold position, your army can't move it. So, a little bit of a thing to know. If you put your SCV on hold, it can't be moved, but not for being killed. Or released from hold, of course.
I didn't know that if they won't get pushed.
If especially the sensor tower, there are other spots to do it, but the sensor tower are the most common. So, like if you're going to move your SCV to the middle, you know, left click the SCV, then Shift H, like Shift H, and then that'll allow it to hold right at the end, and then you go back to micro.
That was an interesting comment from Zateo. They're saying, hey, go, and he's saying, Ricochet and Cyrus making sure we can't. Is that right? Is Cyrus being overly aggressive? I thought it was bottom right being overly aggressive.
I think it was Zito moving a little bit far left. Good push. If bottom left goes right now, they're really bad. Top left would be in a really bad spot. Decide to back off instead.
And no one wants to commit. Look at this.
You're almost 20'd off on attack. Next closest is probably going to be Sofa, I guess. Score. Nope, just 14. 15 for Zito. For Ricochet.
Upgrade complete.
He's 5 or 6 above the next.
Trigger in first place, 20,000 points. Autocon in second with 12. Kashire in third with 12 as well. Everyone else going up, but man, Team 4 still toward the bottom there with Zateo.
For trying to build a bunk here? Yeah, I was saying, unless they go, I don't know if it's going to get... Cass is going to draw Trigger back and potentially allow that to get down. Look, another mineral patch exactly across from the one mineral patch. It's like they're cousins or something. Just chilling.
But one's a 200 mineral.
It's just chilling in the dark. It's the bigger brother. So they're just chilling in the dark. Yeah, they'll find us eventually, maybe.
Go, Ricochet. You can do it.
All you have to do is move up a little. So again, just skipping over health regen. Everything else at least in double digits as far as upgrades, health regen. A grand total of 2.
I'll have to go back and see that. I didn't really see them pulling, but I wasn't really looking for it either.
Zito saying that bottom left pulled to Cyrus to... Is that what he's implying?
No, they were saying that every time Zateo tries to leave, they kind of pull together their army to go snipe him.
Or to snipe Zito? Okay, interesting. Yeah, no, I'd be interested in seeing that. Cass being a little cheeky and going ahead and said, you know what? Probably going for top left. I'm just going to grab mid right now. Yeah. Not a horrible strategy if he gets down, of course, but it will put a little pressure on him. Although it's one of those things where top left kind of needs to be dealt with. But not for doing that. Everybody else is in a bad spot.
Maybe they're right, because I don't know who this is intended for unless it's bottom right. I mean, I think Cyrus is probably feeling threatened. He's got his bunker right here. Zateo's right there. He'll easily be able to put it in there. I don't think they're going to push that top left. They'll just lose it right away.
So he can push top left, but I agree. Trigger's armor's going to be a little too tough. He'd go right through it.
You kill it after we kill it.
Actually, probably completely honest. I wouldn't doubt he would instantly, if Red instantly died, he would just give up that bunker. Of course, Cass gets that mineral patch on the far left. Like, why not?
Go now. Cass getting 3 bunkers completely filled with guys. Cyrus's tank is done. They're gonna go bottom. Oh, Cass sees it. They know now. That's gonna change a lot of dynamics.
I actually think it's okay if they decide to, if they have the ability and then decide to kill off bottom left. Kind of allows them to expand a little bit, and top right's just going to be the center of attention given the score.
Yep, tower's coming up. You know the tank's next to come up.
So I'm going to shot loose here. He's done what has to be an incredible job effectively, being 2v1 for the last 10-12 minutes. Trigger comes in and helps it towards the end of the fights or whatever, but he's held up really well. This may or may not end up working out, though. Nope, Trigger's going to...
Fred is in our stream chat asking what game it is. Fred, I am so sorry, man. You're a little late. This is game 3 of the night.
Walks the tank over. I don't see how, unless he backs off, he doesn't get this bunker. He does decide to back off. Building a tank as well, more than likely just to counter Cyrus's. Needs to go ahead and build the shield tower in the middle.
Yeah, I know Fred was trying to rush back to make this last game. Those first 2 ones were just much quicker than... Looking at the time right now, they're about averaging an hour and 15 there. That was a first for us.
Triggered. Build a tank. It's in a perfect position. Also, he's left 1 unit, and I'm assuming intentionally, in that forward opposite side bunker that he has, so that the units, not targeting anything, will target that bunker, which is genius. And then he decided to build 2 upgraded supply depots where the tanks normally go. Tank can attack while it moves upgrade too? And an SCV call down? 20 everything except for speed, which is effectively not relevant.
Well, when you're at 38,000 points, I mean, I had to double check that because he was not that high just a little bit ago. He is running away from this game. This de
More than
facto
top 2
pack
combined.
of preventing Trigger from taking 3 in a row. not seeing it. We've got the tank standoff here going in the bottom, and Cyrus edges it. Sateo gets 3 volleys off before he can retreat.
For saying basically everybody's got to build tanks and push in a coordinated fashion. Yeah,
This game's
that's
over.
about it.
I don't. Well, I shouldn't say it's over, but bottom
Happen
left
now,
and
otherwise
top
it's not gonna happen.
and bottom right, yeah, they're locked in it for whatever reason. Yep. Looks like Cash Hour is gonna lose his mid bunker, and Zateo is just sitting here. I think this is tilt.
He gave up his mid bunk, but he didn't get what he wanted with the top red being dead, or top left being dead.
Look how many turrets the trigger has just down in the middle there.
Can't even get through him. Yeah, it's gonna take too long to get through him. This
They may be able to push through top right in the meantime, because it looks like Cash isn't bothering too much with it either.
ooh, Zito's tank. There it goes.
I slightly
Man, this game's over. Anticlimactic, of course, it's no fun, but correct. And I literally don't think it's relevant even if they switch now. He's not going to walk through a wall of turrets by the time they basically make top right relevant.
Well, this is probably one of the weirder pro games that I've seen. Like,
Yeah, bottom left and bottom right constantly fighting so weird.
Yeah.
SCV units? Just 3, funny, 3. Roots with 1. Trigger.
I almost want to roll a 4th. I don't know if we can. We always say 3. Would that be unorthodox to do that? Probably.
What's the, say we had 3 1.5 hour games, you know, although it's in game time. And we've had an hour-long game, an hour and 10-minute game, and basically a 50-minute game.
Yeah.
3 1.5 hour games are effective. If we have another 50-minute game, it's basically the same amount of time. So of course, you want to leave it up to the players of the consensus what the group thinks, but probably unreasonable. You'll lose. Good shit. Like, you basically got 2v1 the entire game. Trigger came back to help you when you needed it, and did he lose a bunk? There were 2 or 3 pushes.
Yeah, I think so, yep.
He did end up losing 1. Yeah. Mitigated his losses then, because he definitely had a lot of pressure going on through the game. But it's hilarious I say that, and I don't want to heap too much praise, but Trigger won this game. There's no way around it. 1,000 when Ricochet was at like 200. It just catapulted him all the way to first. Definitely over. Like, it's definitely over, but not for like disconnects or whatever. Bottom left, bottom right, still fighting.
Did Cash just speed his army into them, just trying to get them a little stronger? Or?
Yeah, maybe just trying to move the game forward, I suppose.
There goes the tail tank.
I'll ask the same question I asked to the group last game, but I'll effectively answer it myself. Name a situation in which the rest of the game, or when top left loses. Let's be clear, there isn't one.
Yeah,
It's not fucking
I don't
happening.
think there is one at this point.
No. Not possible, but not for Trigger's internet saying the hell with you. But, you know what's funny? If Trigger died right now, not died, but if he left, if Luce has any bank, like if he has enough to get like 3 bunkers back, he would still win.
Yep.
He would still win.
He would still win.
But he'd get all he has to do is, I mean, he'll have more supply than the rest of the game.
Alright, looks like this will be the end of the game, guys. More than likely, this will be it for the end of the night. If there is another one after this, we'll go ahead and throw it on the stream as well. But again, guys, my name is Rick Conas. Joined with me again was Go Get It. Hey, Go Get It. Thanks a lot for casting.
Not a problem, man. Enjoy Hawaii, alright?
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much. And, guys, we'll see you next Saturday again. with that, thanks for joining us, and if you haven't checked out our website, go check it out now. www.bcleagues.com, see our player stats, and more importantly, join our Discord. Come into our community, even if you're not a pro player. Lots of stuff for you to do. Just help train up 2 new guys into it this morning. They had a lot of fun. They even got their first win today. All right, we're out of here. Take care, guys.
See y'all.
Or no, it does not go down. Holy. That was so close to death. But meanwhile, it looks like Zateo is going to get eliminated from this matchup. Bunker is in the orange. It's now in the red. Zateo is calling dead. And GG for top left Zateo. Yeah, I think so. I think what they're counting on is if they can eliminate top left, it's automatically going to force a 4v2 against bottom left. I think that's their plan. Look at how close that bunker was to death, getting pushed back. Otacon and Kurto going for the tank snipe.
Oh,
they're
no.
going to
He's
get the
gonna lose that
tank.
Huge. It's game changing right there.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Oh, but Cyrus is maybe going to be able to get that bunker up because everyone's pushing towards middle right now.
Great cut
That was
there
a great
from Otacon and Cyrus. A little bit overextension though, it looks like. Oh my gosh. Like if they get
Are
the
they going
SCV
to be
snipe.
able to get the SCV?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Poor
boy.
Cyrus. Looks like both bunks will get canceled.
Over trigger with that Reaper composition he has.
Oh yeah, for sure. Alright, so it looks like it's pretty much all on trigger. I mean, RC is trying to just rebuild, so he's, trying to do what he can.
Yeah, but
If he gets this, he's going to be able to definitely win this game, I believe.
oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Wow, Trigger saves
1,500 points on that bunker left.
Yeah, what are the upgrades?
Upgrades whatsoever, it just melts. They're gonna keep rolling.
They might be able to get a second one right now.
He dumps 3/3 armor, but it's already
Oh, he needs to
50%
step
down in health.
There he goes.
Oh my
So
gosh.
close, so close, so close.
Oh,
it goes
does go
down.
down. Wow.
But at what cost though? Look at them. Look at them living.
Yeah, they're well. Okay. Well, top left just saved them from utter destruction. All this sniping.
Going for the bunk and he got it. I actually would not have done that in game, so good shit, dude.
Me
Play.
neither.
And I'm surprised we saw this last game too. Actually, from Oblivion, he got punished with this early supply. That seems to be the thing going on right now. But look, this supply depot is just gonna fall. He
No.
ignores the supply. He
it
goes
is.
right for the
Look
back
at this.
bunker. He goes
It's done.
right for the back.
Crazy.
Wow.
Oh,
worst
and
boys.
RCJH
Oh my
Cyrus
If
is
you want
tanking. That's why they're doing it. Look, Fred's going up for the tank snipe right now. Cyrus sees it, gets the first shot off, but it's still going to be enough. They might just trade tanks, though. It is going to be a tank trade automatically. Will they be able to roll through and get Trigger's bunker right after that is the question. They're focusing it
thing's
down.
Yeah, top right.
Oh, don't run.
Don't run. Finish the bunker. All
It was
right.
over. Okay, get saying. Woo. Game. Just saying.
Yeah, it's more just it's an all-in strategy, and I think that I think this is where we see Oblivion die. I don't think they're gonna switch on this.
Oh, on another note, I want you guys to notice his turret.
He can
didn't
snipe the
upgrade
tank.
in time. He didn't
Snipe the
upgrade it.
tank?
Oh my gosh,
Oh, he
they
did.
didn't catch it. They didn't see the shift. Oh no, maybe because Fred
Oblivion.
was typing. I have no idea. What a
I'd
great
like-
play.
He needs more turrets. He needs more turrets.
One
Has to
tank
focus
down.
that tank. Oh, he could have focused it.
Yeah, get the tank. Get the tank. He misclicked. He misclicked. Oh my
He
gosh,
said
Fred's gonna
fucking
get the
and
tank
went for
away.
top left. Oh my goodness! I wonder what their win condition is if they mark top left.
I don't know if he can get this tank still. His guys just do no damage. Tank
Get
says
this.
300, 200, 100. Oh, he barely goes down.
No,